is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them.
Sports Grill on Bird Road, Miami Lakes, and their newest location in Doral is now hiring. If you're looking to join a great company and South Florida institution, give them a ring or drop an email. Sports Grill is hiring all kinds of positions from hostess to servers, bartenders, or join the kitchen staff to craft some great food for their amazing customers. Please send your resume to m.cruz@sportsgrillmiami.com or call 305-219-5726. That's 305-219-5726. Sports Grill. Good food, good drink, good friends.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Train, fight, recover.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Right, we are ready to rock and roll, baby. Yes, we woke up everybody here in the poker room. They are lit right now. Not as lit as we are. Anyway, good thing is, any monkeypox? You got monkeypox? No monkeypox? Okay, no monkeypox. So we're all good. The scare at Dolphins camp. They sent out a press release this morning. Well, we're canceling practice, non-COVID illness. And we're like, whoa, bro, if it's not COVID, is it monkey? And no, it wasn't the monkeypox. It was a stomach virus going around. So the Eagles are going to practice. But what are we going to do? We're going to go watch the Eagles practice? No, dude. No, that's not there. We don't need that kind of stuff. So there you go. So the Eagles get an extra day out in South Beach, and they get to relax. And that is like I guess a shorter day for them, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe not as motivating of a day because they got to go face themselves again. But I guess the Dolphins are being safe. Now, Nick Needham left early yesterday in practice. And when he walked off with the trainer, he didn't look like he was hobbling or anything. So I'm wondering if, he's patient zero. You know what I'm saying? So you just never know if he was patient zero or something else, or I don't know what the hell happened. Who knows? But I'm disappointed, I got to tell you, man, because, Tua looked good yesterday. It was fun to watch. It's good to watch a scrimmage against another team. Is so much better than any stinking preseason game. There's just more to it. There's more meat to the matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching first string O and D linemen go against each other in one-on-ones. I'm watching corners and and receivers go at it. I'm watching their number one quarterbacks. I'm watching stuff that I can actually get a feel for. You know what I'm saying? And it's just tough. And it was good because at least overall, the Eagle Riders were impressed with the Dolphins. They said, "Well, this team is better than the Browns," and the Browns. Everybody looks at the Browns and says they're a playoff team if they had a quarterback, right? I mean, that's the way everybody looks at that talent, right? And so they don't really look at that Miami's talent that way, and so maybe people will start looking at Miami that way. But I'll tell you what, the part that I enjoyed the most, and it shows you the double standard. Okay, so Tua actually played well against the Bucs, right? No matter what my man Jim Miller said. I just Al from Five Reasons sent me the clip. I had no idea that Jim was going off, and I don't know why, because he played well. But and then this week or yesterday, he lit up the Eagles secondary, right? And so you think about it and you go, well, wait a minute. Well, why aren't people like more people outside in the periphery bragging about it? Why aren't the Tua haters or the Tua disbelievers, why aren't they writing more about that? But if Tua would have had a crappy day yesterday, it would have been front and center on Sports Center. You would have had trolls wherever on like Chris Sims on NBC or whatever. And let me tell you, some of these trolls are already starting to do a little bit of the backtracking, because they're all of a sudden saying, like I'll hear Danny Cannell. Danny, I love you. Known you for a while. Time to rip your ass. And yesterday he was like, well, the excuses are gone with Tua. And that part always pisses me off because there's no excuses for Tua. Did he have a line or not? He didn't, right? That's not an excuse. That's a fact. I've done this many times already. Did he have a running game or not a running game? Oh, he didn't. So then that's a fact, not an excuse. Did he have coaches? Well, no, that's a fact, not an excuse. So Danny Cannell is as lazy as some of the people in the media, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And listen, if you're in the media and you keep saying that there are excuses for Tua, I just I have to laugh at you because they're not excuses. Excuses are when you make an excuse for something that you could have done. Well, I didn't do my homework. My dog ate it. Well, that's a lie. Your dog didn't eat it. Well, I didn't do my homework. I felt sick. No, you didn't. You're watching television, playing video games. You could have done your homework. Those are excuses. You can't overcome stupidity at coaching. You can't overcome a head coach that hates you. You can't overcome no offensive line and no running game. You can't overcome 800 receivers injured. And so you get all these lazy media takes, and even from guys that played the game. That's the part that I love, because those are the people that I love schooling the most, because I've done it many times over the years against these former athletes, right? Because you figure they would know the game and they should know a little better than that. But no, they go with the trigger comments, excuses, because that's what lights the fire. Not the reality. No, the reality's boring. And don't I tell you that all the time? Reality's boring. Let's create the controversy. So Danny Cannell says excuses, which they're not excuses. They're facts. And so that's the fun part about yesterday. Watching Tua sizzle the Eagles, throw bombs, by the way. Well, nobody says anything, right? No, but if there's one underthrown pass, oh, that's it. His arm sucks. It's all over the place. CBS, NBC, Pro Football Talk, ESPN, everybody has it. Oh, what's wrong with Tua? Oh, yeah, no, Teddy Bridgewater's about to take his job. Hey, by the way, how are you idiots out there with the whole Teddy Bridgewater takes his job thing? So it's just funny how things play out. Because if he would have had my point is Michael Irvin, do you remember, because you're old enough, the C-Man isn't old enough to know this, but you are. Do you remember when Michael Irvin got busted at the White House and all that stuff? But they said something about him having some coke or something like that, and he really did not. And he was actually innocent at that moment. He had done a lot of other stuff, but there was something that he was accused of. And when he got out, he said, "Say it with the same conviction." He was. Remember that?
I vaguely remember the
paraphrasing.
Yeah, I remember the circumstances, the way it happened.
Michael Irvin was. I forgot what he was accused of, or whatever, or something. I don't know. Skipping practice. He was with a prostitute and cocaine, or something, and I forgot what it was. And he was. And there's a famous video that came out of it that he says, "Say it with the same conviction. Like, you were accusing me of this, accusing me of that." And it was all over the papers and it was front headline news. And now that I'm innocent, I want you to do it with the same conviction. I don't know if you guys remember that. Youngins aren't going to remember that, but go back and check it out and all that stuff. If you can find that video, let's pull it up with Michael Irvin. That'll be really cool if you can pull up, because there was a video, because I remember it specifically. I remember him getting out of a car and there are cameras and flashes going, and he's say it with the same conviction, like declare my innocence with the same conviction that you declared my guiltiness. I don't even know if that's a word, but I made it a word right now. And that's my point. So when Tua balls out yesterday, say it with the same conviction. That's what I want. I want the same conviction when he's balling. Not when it's, helping your argument because you don't believe in the kid, because you don't think he can do it. So when there's something negative, it backs your argument. Let me expose it. Let me talk about it. Let me make it headline news. Let me tell everybody. But then when the kid is playing well, crickets. Crickets. I just find it, I don't know. Did you guys notice any of that, by the way? Anybody thought about that? Because I thought about that all day yesterday as I was just taking it in and going, well, where's the praise for the kid? Hell, the Eagles writers had more praise than I've seen anybody else outside of Tua Nation. Okay? The Eagles writers were actually impressed overall. It's just funny. I just, I love that, man. It's something that just stands there. Guiltiness today is a word. It is. Dougie Fresh says, I know you always say I'm no financial advisor, but I need your thoughts on something I might invest in. Dennis Rodman, life coach. Oh, that is awesome. Yeah, but he came to his senses. You saw that, right? He came to his senses. The stuff that Brittany had in her vials. Sense. Anyway, what? Well, what are you laughing at?
No, I'm reading the story and I forgot what the actual what they called the White House.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. I was way off on the when I was thinking.
You think I was talking about the White House?
When they went, I was thinking, that's why I was like, kind of like, wait a minute. That's why I was looking. I was like, I'm reading the story. I'm like, oh, that's right. That's the White House. So it just popped into me. Yeah, I know.
The Cowboys back in the 90s had a party house, and it was called the White House. Okay? All right? Just in case. I forgot there's generational gaps going on.
No,
here,
but I'm reading this story, and
I'm
it's
telling you stories from the 60s yesterday. Now I'm telling you stories from the 90s. And so, I'm trying to, this is an educational program here when it comes to sports, okay? Historical program here, because we are sports historians here on this program. Yes, sir.
Well, no, because I'm reading the story, and it said the White House's nosy neighbor kept peeking in. I'm like, what? And I was like, oh, that's right. It's not the White House. It's the White house. Okay.
You think it's Bernie Sanders peeking in on everybody?
Everybody just peeking
What's
in.
going on?
Little Ross Perot.
What's going on?
Back then, little Ross Perot peeking in.
Come on.
Oh, you need a step stool, right?
Yes, probably. Oh, man. So it's just one of those. You guys couldn't find the Michael Irvin video? No? Put Michael Irvin video. Say it with conviction. See what comes up. Tell me what comes up. Say it with conviction. Michael Irvin video. Say it with conviction. See if that comes up on the YouTube. It's got to be on the tube, bro. It's got to be on the tube. Big O, you would be on my team during trivia night. Sports trivia, music trivia, little crypto trivia now, I think. What else am I, that's it. I'm done in life. Forget about the rest. So remember, there's only a couple, like in Jeopardy, I'm chiming in on only a couple of subjects. The rest of them, I'm a complete dumbass. Okay, I want you to know that. Big O, my Twitch pops up when you come on, and I'm all alone in the chat room. Got you all to myself. Yeah, we're not that popular on Twitch. I don't know. That's one of those things. We get a couple of people in and out on Twitch. Twitch is not our thing, not yet at least. I don't know how. I don't know what I have to see, man. That's your job, bro. That's your job, man. You got to hooking us up on the social media side, TikTok.
You got to start playing
Twitch.
video games with the followers, man. You got to get on there and start playing some.
So I got to do what?
What's the new games out now?
So I got to do what Toast does.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. What system you use over there? What do you got? The Nintendo 65?
No, actually, no. My daughter has the Wii still connected to the TV.
Oh, they'll love you there, man. You play the sports with them. You go out Olympics and stuff.
I could be like that guy in the commercial working on his backhand.
There you go. There you go.
And the daughter's like, let me take a snapshot of my stupid ass dad. Oh, Lord. I love it. I love it. Robert Slappy says, crickets indeed. I mean, it's just, it's a double standard, and it's so freaking obvious. If you would have had a terrible day yesterday, oh, my God, it would have been front and center all over the place. They would have had him. You know what? If he would have had a bad day yesterday, they would have had to trading him for Garoppolo by the afternoon. Dolphins need to trade for Garoppolo. All right. It looks like he is ready, and Alan Poupard is ready to go. He wasn't going to be on with us today because he was like, hey, I don't have time for you today, okay? I got real work. I can't hang around with your stupid ass talking about Dolphins and crap and my Montreal Expos hat and all that. I don't have any time for you. And then all of a sudden, they cancel practice. He goes, hey, we got time. So he's going to join us at his usual time right here at 11:30. Yes, sir. It is time to talk a little Miami Dolphins with the one and only Alan Poupard and our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report for the last week.
Let's get ready to talk Dolphins football. It's the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Report with Sports Illustrated's Alan Poupard. With locations throughout South Florida, Sports Grill is the home of the special grilled wings. Check out our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza. Here's Miami Dolphins insider Alan Poupard.
It's no monkeypox, right? You're good. No stomach virus. No, you're good.
I think so.
Okay.
By the way, it was a very good summary of the events that led to my appearance right now. Exactly, word for word too.
Yes. Yeah. No. I mean, yeah. I was completely dissed yesterday. I have no time for you. Okay. Time for you. No. Now he has all the time in the world for us. Wait, you're not going to watch Eagles practice, bro? Break it down?
Not allowed, even if we wanted to. And they're done. They're done already. But we were not allowed.
No shit. Wow. Interesting. So they closed it off. Wow. Okay. All right. You know what? I get that makes some sense. You know why? Because then you guys join in the press conferences, and then you're asking questions that maybe it's not good for the Eagle writers and all that kind of stuff, and the media relations. So they probably said, yeah, let's just keep it with our people, and that way we're in and out. And
no, and it was the same thing for the Dolphin for the Mike McDaniel press conference. There was no Eagles writers. So
okay,
no big deal either way. I didn't have any interest in watching Eagles practice anyway. To be honest.
Yeah, no. Did the Eagles writers after practice tear down the goalposts?
I don't know. I haven't been out on the field. I don't know.
I'm in honor of their fans. I'm just wondering if they, trash the place after. I'm just saying it's just one of those things that they do. Right?
Well, and they're probably not happy about getting their butts down here early, practicing in 105-degree weather when they could have just stayed in Philly,
Yeah, but listen, the positive is it wasn't monkeypox.
Correct.
That's the positive.
Yeah, that's very positive.
I'm terrified already that they're going to come out and tell us that it spreads through the air or touching or whatever and all that. Because right now, they're keeping it to a specific community and certain contact. But you know how it is. Then they find out more about these things, and then all of a sudden they spring it on us. Oh, no, it can spread easily. And we're like, oh, crap. Now we're all racing to go get the damn vaccine. But anyway, so it is what it is. So your assessment yesterday overall, first of all, since we've got to talk about the quarterbacks, the line.
Always.
Go ahead. Talk about Skyler doesn't count. He barely did anything yesterday. It's not his fault or anything. It's just the way things worked out.
No, dude, that's like 2 straight practices. He didn't throw a single pass in team drills. Not one.
Yeah.
So
they're done exposing him, bro.
Well, no, for anybody suggesting when he's ready to become the number 2 quarterback. So yes, we're done. Okay. Well, whenever we talk about the practice yesterday, full disclosure right away, I was focusing a lot more on the Dolphin offense versus the Eagles defense.
Right.
Whenever I got a chance, I was sneaking over the far field for the vice versa issue. So, but my focus was on the Dolphin offense. And having said that, Tua had a very good day. I don't know that I'm going to go as far as what some reports I saw where he was torching the Eagles and all that. I think that was a little over the top.
Played well.
But he played well. And again, the thing that strikes me every time I watch this Dolphin offense, and it's the same against Tampa Bay, is Tyreek Hill is running open all the time. I mean, nobody can cover the guy.
You can't.
I mean, my Lord.
Which tells you, by the way, that KC is going to be missing something. There's no doubt, bro. There's no doubt. Mahomes is great, but he also makes you that much better, bro. That's just – it is what it is, man.
Yeah, except, Andy Reid is an offensive genius. Yes, he's going to find a way to scheme other guys open. If I'm a Chiefs fan, I think I'm okay going into this season. So anyway, going back to the question, yes, Tua was at a very good performance. Made all the throws that were asked of him. I think it was 14 for 20 that included a spike. It included a throwaway when Teron Armstead actually got beat on a pass rush by the Eagles' right defensive end. So the passing was there. So it was a very productive practice for him. Bridgewater, where I charted him at 2 for 7, but there were 3 plays in a row where basically he had 3 defensive linemen in his lap as he was throwing the ball. And there was one pass, his last pass of the day, which really annoyed me because the writers around me are telling me what a terrible throw. It's 5 yards short. And the guy literally was backpedaling as he was throwing because the Eagles defensive line was pushing the Dolphin offensive lineman back into Bridgewater. So this is not to say he was great in practice yesterday, because he wasn't. But there were factors around it. So it wasn't like the guy completely sucked. I mean, some of his throws, he didn't have much of a chance on him.
That's okay. So overall, for me, when you look at the line now, and I went over and I looked at the one-on-ones. I'm going to tell you something from left field here. That's going to go over to the left guard. I would take Eichenberg out and I would put Dieter at my left guard spot and use Ike as my swing tackle. I thought Dieter did a really good job yesterday on one-on-ones. I think he'll end up being the better guard out of the two. I think this guy's more of a tackle. Every time I look at that line, he's been the one that I've been concerned about every time. It's not Austin Jackson. It's not Hunt. It's not Connor, who was clean yesterday with the snapping, and his blocking is outstanding. So it doesn't really. I'm not worried about his blocking. And then Teron Armstead. I got to tell you, Ike is the one guy that I have not been convinced with so far, week after week. I know you watch this a lot, but my reasoning is I think Dieter is naturally a guard. That's his natural position. You get him in there, I think he'll be the better guard. 2, he's in the middle of the fray. Something happens to Connor, he can slide over right away. He's already in a groove because he's playing. And at the same time, he's next to Connor the entire time while Connor's making all the calls. So he's in that groove also. But if you have him on the bench and Ike isn't doing such a good job, or if Connor gets injured, then all of a sudden he comes in to replace Connor and he's cold and he's got to get in a groove and all of that. So, one, I've been more impressed with Dieter blocking. I'd use him as my left guard, and I'd use Ike. And you have problems with your swing tackle as it is. I think he's more of a natural tackle. Your thoughts on that craziness?
It's actually not that crazy, which is kind of surprising from you. But no, it actually there's a lot of merit to what you're saying. I'm not totally sure necessarily. I'll go 100% along with you with the idea of he needs to be in there to be ready to move to center if he has to.
He doesn't need to be.
It helps. It helps, no question.
Of course.
Here's the issue on there, and somewhat similar to the idea of not necessarily of wanting to give Noah every single solitary chance to work out as a cornerback. I think there might be something there with the idea of you traded up. You gave up a 3rd-round pick to trade up in the 2nd round last year to get Eichenberg and to remove him from the starting lineup in his 2nd year. I think it's a step that they would do only as a last resort, and they would do it holding their nose because they would hate doing it. Right or wrong.
I get it. I know you're 1,000% right. And listen, they forgot more about offensive line play than I'll ever know. But I'm just curious on what your eyes has told you when you watch those two guys. Just out of curiosity, what have you seen when you watch those two guys?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. I have not noticed Michael Dieter one way or the other. The two guards I have noticed, I noticed Robert Hunt at times with some good blocks. I did notice a good block by Eichenberg one time. I think it was yesterday.
Yes, there was one. I do remember what you're talking about. Yes.
There also have been plays where I didn't like what I saw from Eichenberg.
Would you agree with me that when there is a breakdown on the line lately, it's usually him from the starting 5?
No, he's the shakiest one of the 5 to me, without question. I almost think from what I saw in the games that Solomon Kinley's actually outplayed him. Of course, he's not. He's going against
second teamers,
more backups, correct? But from what I've seen, but again, having said all that,
his mobility is because that's we were worried about his weight.
Yeah.
Because then that would hurt his mobility, and you need mobility in this line.
You do.
And especially if you're the guard center spots, they're going to want you to be mobile there for sure. You know, I mean, they'll use the tackles too, but I think overall the guards and the centers, and I've been really impressed the way Solomon moves, man. Maybe that's what he was working on. He was working on his speed and footwork, not the weight. He probably thought he's fine in weight and leverage and all that stuff, which, you know, when he does get his hands on you, and he gets the leverage, you're done pretty much.
That's a big dude. No, when training camp started, I didn't have him making my 53. And in my last 2 roster projections, I've got him on there based on what I've seen in practice and, supplemented by what I saw in the 2 preseason games.
We talk about it, but somehow or another, they don't show this to us. And we say, well, they need a center. Well, they make no moves for a center. Oh, they need a cornerback. Yeah, they're not making any moves for a cornerback. The Van Ginkel thing, we now realized. Oh, God, his appendix. Oh, bring in Flowers. Let's see where he's at so we can see what's going on if it's serious. Oh, okay, it's not that serious. He'll be back. All right, we don't need Trey. So you could already see the writing on the wall on that one. But the other ones that there are concerns, well, the center spot, he was clean yesterday. And overall, the snapping is not terrible. It's just slightly high. That there's a couple times that the quarterback's going to have to adjust. That's not the worst thing in the world, but it's interesting how we have shown us some level of panic on this, but somehow or another they're comfortable with their backups at corner, they're comfortable with their options at center. So you tell me what you see or what you think they see overall with Crossan and Kahoo and obviously with Dieter and any other option at center for them.
No, I think they like their cornerback depth. And it's not, I don't mind it either once you go 4-5. My biggest concern all along has been that Byron Jones is on such another level, him and X, to anybody else they have on the roster. Well, if Byron Jones can't start at the start of the regular season, not sure you're getting anybody else around the league who's going to be that kind of guy.
Positive shit has to be happening behind the scenes that they're not making a move with Byron. It has to be. There's no way. He doesn't practice, and yet they're not concerned. That tells me that behind the scenes, he must be running around doing stuff that they must be satisfied with his progress because there is zero panic in that area.
But here's the thing, though, Big O, is who else is out there in the NFL who's Byron Jones level? The guys But the guys you're going to get are guys like, maybe not that much. Maybe they have more proven experience than your Keon Crossan and your Kader Kahoo, who's a really good-looking rookie free agent, but are not necessarily that much better. So why make a move there? We are hoping Byron Jones is going to be ready, and if he's not, we're going to have an issue regardless, and it's not somebody out there. Mackenzie Alexander, no offense to him, but he's not on the level of Byron Jones. He's closer to Keon Crossan and Kader Kahoo. The one area to me that's screaming right now as an issue, and you kind of came up with a good solution to it, and I don't want to downplay it because you make perfect sense, but it's backup tackle. Jesus Christ. Greg Little and Arnell Coleman are your two guys right now. And that's not proven. That's shaky.
Yeah, it's very shaky. I'm with you there. I'm a little nervous about that one, and that's why Eichenberg is a natural tackle, and Dieter's a natural left guard. And so, and I think Dieter's the better guard. I'm sorry. When I'm watching them, yesterday I thought he was really stout on the one-on-ones. I walked over to the other side to watch that specifically. And by the way, Blaze Andrews, he actually did well in those one-on-ones.
He's still not making the team.
No, I know, but he actually did well on the one-on-ones that I was like, whoa, that's Blaze Andrews? What? Like, he did it a couple times. I'm like, wow, okay, good for you, young man. You know what I'm saying? But still, Eichenberg would be the guy that I would do at that spot. I would move over this guy and use Eichenberg as the swing tackle.
Or maybe they keep Eichenberg as a starting left guard, again, based on the issue of you don't want to make that move a year after surrendering back up. And they have it in the back of their mind that if either Armstead or Austin Jackson has to miss time, then they'll swing out Eichenberg, keep him in the starting lineup, and insert Dieter at guard.
Okay.
Or Solomon Kinley.
All right, so you were of the ilk that there will be no dress rehearsal here. It was last week. I thought there would be a dress rehearsal this week. Now, with this cancellation, does that change your mind, or are they done and we'll see all the backups to decide the last couple of spots?
Yeah, based on what Mike McDaniel said this morning, if I'm going to read between the lines, he kind of placed an emphasis on this last preseason game being a final opportunity for a lot of the young guys to earn a roster spot. which leads me to believe that it's going to be a heavy dose of non-starters. And then you throw this wrinkle here of guys who were affected. We don't know the exact number. He said it's more than a couple, but it's not half the team. We don't know if it's which players we're talking about. I'd still be inclined to think that we probably won't see Tua, Tyreek, Teron, X, and a whole litany of frontline players.
Okay. Tommy wants to complain that the light behind Poop needs to be removed or move your podcast. You're fine.
Hold on.
You're fine, boys.
Dude, I aim to please. I'm actually in the Dolphins.
You're fine, bro. It's just to be complaining about that.
I'm in the Dolphins interview room.
Tommy. I gotta follow up Tommy.
Is this better, Tommy? I'm a people pleaser. Don't you know that by now? There you
go. You're the best, brother. You are the best. There you go. All right, what do you got working on alldolphins.com as you get us ready for the Saturday game, my friend?
Yeah, well, there's been a lot this morning already with the whole Gesicki situation, and I'm sure you heard what Mike McDaniel had to say about it with this deal, kind of a denial. So examine his comments and put them in context. So that's been
so few options right now to move him, man. It's not that easy. It's a nice thought to have, but and watching the offense, Smythe is the guy they want. And by the way, the kid from last year, the Boston College kid, dude, he blocked his ass off yesterday. Okay, I was impressed with his block, and I think
good.
And that's what's going on, dude. That's what's going on. They can work with Smythe and him because they can block, and they need a guy that can sell both. It's the only way you're talking about an offense that is based on misdirection, trying to fool you constantly, and you can't put Jordan Howard at running back, and if you put Mike Gesicki at tight end, you're just giving away the things that you're going to do, unfortunately. And
that's fair.
And I think that's what's developing. And when I saw the young kid yesterday on the one-on-ones be pretty damn stout in his blocking, I'm like, okay, this is what's happening here. And Smythe, by the way, looks comfortable as hell.
The dude's been rock solid since he's been here. He's extraordinarily unspectacular, but he is very, very efficient. How's that for a compliment?
Well, you know what? You know what he reminds you of? Anthony Fasano.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a good compliment.
Not going to wow you with any kind of athleticism, but he's going to wow you because he's consistent as a mofo. Mm-hmm. He'll block. He'll run his route exactly like you asked. And if you throw him the damn ball, he's going to catch the ball. And that's it. And that's what you need in this offense. And the day they can be blessed by a Kittle, and that's fine. But those things don't come. They don't grow on trees, unfortunately. By the way, the other good news was Nick Needham was day to day.
Correct. Correct. One quick other point I want to make, because we talked about the tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
That other kid they got is an absolute keeper. He's either going to wind up on IR or he's going to make the team. And
Tanner Connor?
The kid's a keeper. Yeah.
So you feel they won't even sneak him onto the practice squad?
They won't be able to. They won't be able to. He's going to get picked up. That kid's a keeper.
I love that. I love the idea of the IR. I love that. That's a great move.
Yeah, he's got a nasty knee brace on, and if it looks like it could be a bit, I could see him winding up on IR. I don't see the Dolphins letting go of this kid. He's got something.
Right. The only thing I didn't see is if he can block. I'm not sure about that. That's the part I didn't really.
I haven't paid attention to that. I saw him get his ass. I saw him get his ass down the field in the preseason game and be the first guy there on a special teams on a kick against Tampa Bay, and that was like that kind of. And if you know the kid's like history as a track athlete in Idaho,
right?
And you watch him in practice, and the guy is very noticeable.
Okay. Interesting stuff. As always, alldolphins.com. You must bookmark it. If not, you're not really a real Dolphins fan. Just want you to know that. I don't know if you knew that, but the only way you become a true Dolphins fan is by bookmarking alldolphins.com and visit it at least 7 to 8 times a day. Just telling you. Anyway, and follow him on Twitter at Poupard NFL as he gets it done every week for us here with our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report. Alan, as always, thank you, my friend. We'll catch up next week.
You have a great weekend.
You got it. There you go. Alan Poupard and our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins reports.
This has been the Sports Grill Miami Dolphins Insider Report with Alan Poupard, exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast and never miss a report. Search Big O Radio Show on most platforms. Visit Sports Grill in our sponsored locations in Miami on Bird Road and 114th and in Miami Lakes in the Royal Oaks Plaza.
Hey, for Tommy, the lighting at alldolphins.com, much better. Much better. You will not have one issue with lighting at alldolphins.com. It's very important. So make sure you check it out. As always. I know, Tommy, you're busting balls. We love you for that. John Yang says, I told you about backup tackle, Big O, my brother. I told you about Falele in the 3rd round. Let's see. We needed to draft Daniel Falele. John, Dolphins players and coaches caught a stomach bug. That seems to be contagious. I guess you guys are talking to each other. Tell Poop to move his dome.
Oh, I did get worried when I saw the rumor of it being food poisoning.
Right. Oh, yeah? Why, you ate there yesterday?
Yeah. Yeah, and I had them stacked in my fridge for later, so luckily, though, no food.
You took lunches home and everything?
No food has to be removed.
Okay. All right. He took the lunches and everything. Damn. You are ruthless, bro. You are ruthless.
We get what the players, they give us. Come on now.
Folks, if you're moving, you got to call my friend Sean Williams at Essential Moving Experts and tell him Big O sent you $150 off. Moving is never so easy than calling Essential Moving Experts. Over 1,600 happy customers have filed in and said, we love Essential Moving Experts. And you're going to love Sean Williams, big Dolphins fan. That's why the business is in Dolphins colors. Long moving services, home moving services, long distance moving services, office relocation, flat rates, no surprise charges, plus $150 off when you mention our name. Safe and efficient loading and unloading practices at all times. And they have storage too. So if you're moving in, you need a couple days a week, they can store your goods up to 30 days on the house. About that. So you're moving across, but maybe you need a couple days to fix the apartment up, condo, house, paint, whatever. The Essential Moving Experts will store your goods up to 30 days on the house. All part of their service, man. They are exceptional. Tell Sean Williams that Big O sent you. Again, 844-368-5750. That's 844-368-5750 for essentialmovingexperts.com. All right. Tommy says they need to fire that food service. It's not the first time diarrhea has run through that building. Big O, quick question for Sean. What did you think of the match last night between Punk and Moxley? Now, I don't know, but somebody predicted Moxley. I'm just saying, somebody predicted that CM would get punked, and he got punked. Just saying. Okay, Mr. Well, go ahead. Go. What were you going to say?
Do you want my true, honest opinion, or do you want me to be
do we
edited?
fence straddle here on this show?
It was bullshit. They're trying to sell the pay-per-view. That's what it's about. Because now, guess what? Punk's injured foot is now going to be healed, and they'll be main eventing the all-out pay-per-view. Bullshit.
I still won. I picked the winner. See, by the way, that was our liquor split matchup of the night. Okay? That was our liquor split matchup of the night. By the way, Big O15 is the code here in Miami or in Tampa. Order it, Big O15. Liquor split. Big O, are you getting together with Dougie anytime soon to make a video? Yes, during the season, we will do 2 videos a week, Doug and I. We will do one at the beginning of the week and one at the end of the week. One will be on our channel and one will be on his channel. So you will get a double dose of Dougie Fresh and my, well, let me not call him Dougie Fresh because there's only one Dougie Fresh. Dougley and myself. You will get a double dosage of Dougley and myself twice a week. Okay? And speaking of Dougie Fresh, thank you, my brother. Ever since we instituted the what's that called? The subscribers only on the chat board, no more bots. Because the bots aren't going to subscribe. Huh? What?
It would be great if they did.
Oh, we would get up to 100,000 subscribers like in a minute. Yeah, that would get us now they'd be useless subscribers, but that's not really what you want, but it is what it is. So yes, there you go. All right. Yes.
Dougie, thank you for the kind words, my man. You are the MVP.
He says, Sean taking food home from practice and stacking for future meals. You are the real MVP. Karen says, real life food poisoning, anti-Tuanon. Tua lacks arm strength, force players to stress eat at a restaurant where they got food poisoning. That's it. Karen's feeding the negative Nellies out there and giving them material. I love it, Karen. You're awesome. That is fantastic. Yes. By the way, don't forget to smash the notification bell while you're on the chat board there. See, because I can't tell you to subscribe because if you're on the chat board now, you have subscribed. Okay? But if you're listening on the podcast, we want you to come on over to YouTube and subscribe. Oh, and by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, why don't you subscribe on iTunes or Spotify or Stitcher or Google Play or something like that? Okay? Do that. It's either or. And Big O Show Cuts. We're up to like 720, so we're about 280 away from 1,000. Let's go. We're going to add some stuff there. There may be some live segments coming up here over the next couple of days. Not just a show on Saturday, a short one, but there might be some crypto. There might be, some music segments coming up. And there will be, from now on, a recap of all concerts I go to there. Because I always have pictures and videos, and sometimes I meet the artists and stuff like that. So I'm going to share a lot of that stuff. I'm going to share the entire experience, of being at the show and what I saw and the musicians and the songs played, the set list, all that kind of stuff. So on Big O Show Cuts, we're going to add all those elements there. So make sure you sign up over at Big O Show Cuts. We really need that. There's 361 people right now. Can you imagine if there's 100 of you that haven't signed up to Big O Show Cuts? That gets us even closer to 1,000. So I know you guys are phenomenal in supporting us here. Please go over there and support us at Big O Show Cuts. Plus, there might be stuff there that you don't see here, and you might be interested in all of that. Big O, can the bots at least smash the like button? But we have no bots now, Brett. That's the beauty. But, hey, if they can subscribe, please smash the like button. Notification bell, too, so you can come back and bot.
C-Man's question is over on the Big O Radio Show Cuts right now.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he was asking questions to Silly, right? Billy, Silly, Nilly?
Yeah, exactly.
I got the last question.
What's the player, the defensive lineman? I forgot his name.
Oh, Stilly. Ben Stilly.
Ben Stilly, yes. He was C-Man out there asking questions.
I love it. You got what? You got a laugh? Oh, okay. Okay. What were his 3 songs?
He didn't.
No, well, he said he would.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. His mic's not on. I can't even hear him.
Dude,
Okay.
well, I don't want to
interrupt the show.
Okay.
But
You're part of the show, bro.
no, got it.
You're part of the family. Let's go.
No, but he laughed and said that he would send it back home to his family and his girlfriend, and then they would pick the list.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but
All right.
and then I punked out against Armstead.
So
I just
you see him punked out? You see
yeah,
him punked
for
out?
sure, 100%.
Okay.
I just saw his massive wall body, and I just couldn't think of any questions.
He's so cool.
Oh, I know, and that's why when I got home, I was like, I should have asked something.
I did. I
did.
asked him about, does he get any motivation to write music off of the field and the experiences, and he says he keeps it mostly off of life experiences, not football.
On the field.
Yeah.
And I should have asked him his 3 songs.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I got scared when he was in
And he's a
front of me to
music
speak.
guy, so that would be actually cool. I gotta say, I was very unimpressed with Ben Stilley's playlist.
Yeah, but he's a rookie. You know, he still seems shy and stuff like that.
I was unimpressed. What
But
can
I'm
I
a
tell
rookie
you?
out there too, so that's why I felt comfortable.
Who was the
And also,
one-
it's still, I think you would probably like the playlist, I believe.
whose playlist was it that I was it the tight end the other day?
Not Hunter Long.
No, it was
Hunter Longs?
No, it
Yeah,
was
the other day.
No, was it Hunter Long? No. Who had a? There was a playlist that I really enjoyed. Oh no, it was Sealer. It was Sealer that he had Squire and he had all kind. Yeah, dude, Sealer. Sealer had he had a little Jay-Z. He had some. Oh God, I'm trying to remember, but he had a bunch of stuff that I really
A lot
liked.
of old school stuff.
Yeah, he had a lot of
Remember
old
that.
school stuff. I really
You know,
enjoyed
Teron
it.
Armstead would probably just have all his songs on there. He'd probably just play his music. He seems like that guy. And
No,
nobody's going to
I-
say nothing to him. You're not going to walk up to Teron Armstead and be like, this music sucks.
You know, he's an old lineman, so naturally they're not about themselves. They're the most selfless people that there are on the team.
On the field.
Usually the team. And they're rarely ever divas. They're rarely ever really think about it. Old linemen usually are, it's very rare that you get like what happened in Washington. Now, do you blame him? He then went to San Francisco and won a title, but I mean, you were stuck in Washington your whole life, and that's like the few times that a tackle creates a big ruckus or problems. Old linemen usually are pretty smart dudes. They're usually the most mature, and they understand that they're not going to get any limelight ever, bro. Ever. They're pretty selfless people, but maybe he does want to sell his music.
Next time he's up there, I'm going to ask the question. I'll ask tough questions. I'm not going to see him punk out like this guy.
That's it. Ask
And
those.
see him punk.
You got to ask those tough questions. What's the music on your playlist? Let's go. Let's go. Big O, do you think Dr. White makes the team? No. Zaquandri will make the practice squad. Big O saw Sticks, Ario, and Loverboy last weekend. The show was great. Going to Kid Rock this weekend at PNC. I like the PNC place. That should be fun with Kid Rock. Sticks, Ario, and Loverboy. That's a hell of a show. Hell of a show. And Sticks, man, they put on a terrific show. They really do. Big O, if Omar does not stay, have you thought about who we would replace him with? Who we would replace him with? We.
We'll just leave it up to you in the chat. Just.
I recommend a live segment with Beast, or you could do a segment with Salguero or Lebitard called Los Cubanos. Yeah, yeah, those are all swings and misses, my brother. Huh? Yes, exactly. That's right. That's right.
That's why I'm here, guys.
That's right. Exactly. That's why the C-Man is here. Yeah, no. Salguero's tied with something else. Beast, no shot. And Lebitard's got his own. And Lebitard doesn't need me. Okay. Lebitard doesn't need me. Doesn't want to. Dan used to come on my Spanish show 30 years ago. So did Salguero, by the way. Because back then when I used to do Spanish sports talk, we didn't have a lot of writers that can speak Spanish, and those two guys would. So they would come on. I saw Armando yesterday. And so I know he's tied with Odyssey. He does some crap with Odyssey, so it doesn't matter. And Beast, I got nothing against Beast, but not really bring anything to the table, to be quite honest. And so, now that's like a strikeout for you there, Nelson. 3 strikes, you whiffed big time on there. But I love you, appreciate you. But no, that's doesn't look like it's going to happen. Anyway, we already have everything in order, and what's going to take place. That's already planned out and ready to move on. So yes, Dolphins are the best team on Madden this year. Don't know how the season goes, but the Packers, Bucks, Chiefs have been the best teams the past 3 years. Well, I have no idea what that means at all on a video game. Yes.
That statement right there is why we're not popular on Twitch.
That's it. Oh man. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick break. Hour number 2 is coming up. Of course, we got Sean Stanley mastering this program. The C-Man also producing and getting it done. Juice F5. Thank you for a little love on the super chat. He says, Big O, whatever happened to Sally Fitz? The Sally Fitz? Does Don know? We just don't. It's just one of those things. But it did fit into Sally. Last time we checked. X-rays to prove. Hour number 2 is next.
The Big O Radio Show is looking for partners to join our growing platform. If your business is ready to reach an audience that starts in Florida, crosses the nation while expanding internationally, this is the program that provides that vehicle. The Big O Radio Show is ready to broadcast live anywhere in the world to represent your event or product. To reach out by phone, 786-754-4664. That's 786-754-4664. Or email bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. Help us grow as we provide the content and personal connection corporate entities will never achieve.
If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CS, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Welcome to Red Light Therapy, a revolutionary technology perfected by NASA to aid in muscle strengthening and recovery. Red and infrared light has the capacity to penetrate deep into the cell's mitochondria, potentially leading to increased energy, faster recovery, and the optimal performance your body demands. Evolve your training and step into the new era of muscle recovery. Red Recover.
Why is it that you get locked out in the worst moments of your life?
Where are my car keys? Man, I can't find my house keys.
In those frustrating moments, you need a locksmith you can count on. A. Lenny Locksmiths in South Florida, from Miami to Port St. Lucie. In Central Florida, A. Lenny locks it down in Orlando and Tampa Bay. Lockouts or lock changes for home or business. Car key replacements and programming all model cars. 24-hour service. Call them at 855-869-5625. Go to the website at alennylocksmith.com.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. Ownership, Management, Sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
The way I closed out that hour, it went right over the head of 99.999999999999999% of you. That's for sure. Anyway, so we are back at Hialeah Park. Marcel Louis-Jacques is set to join us at 12:30. We'll have some fun with him. Dolphin practice was canceled today. Eagles still ended up practicing. They had a stomach virus go through the team, so they ended up canceling on the last moment in the morning, and the boys ended up resting. And so we'll see what happens on Saturday. We'll see if we'll see who ends up playing and what starters play. I would imagine some of the offensive line will play. I was thinking because you didn't practice today, I wonder if he'll get any other starters, but I don't think Tua plays. I think I gotta say I think I'm gonna be wrong on this one because I thought maybe this would be the dress rehearsal, but they've played Tua so much now, and he's played well against teams in Tampa and now against the Eagles in practice. So what more do you need? You know what I mean? And in a game, you might get some overzealous rookie or somebody trying to make the team or something, and because you're not starting certain people and you want to bring in some backups, some rookies, and they take a cheap shot at Tua, by the way, which is what happened to the Eagles starter 2 weeks ago when somebody nailed his ass out of bounds. He was running out of bounds, and 2 yards out of bounds, they went and stuck him. And that luckily he was fine and got back up and went back to the huddle, but that could have caused an injury. So you don't need this. So the decision on who to play and not play, I almost feel like it's a game of survival now. And because you got those scrimmages in, you got your football in. And you feel like you're good enough, and now what you do is practice from here on out. And now you get to game plan. And I think that's what's going to change. After Saturday, you'll start game planning, obviously. You're not going to confuse the young guys that are there. You want to keep it simple for them until you get to the cut down 53. And then you say, all right, let's get to business, guys, and let's start planning for game one. And then everything else takes off after that. The good news, Adam Van Ginkel had his appendix removed. It did not rupture like Joe Burrow, so he'll be back in a couple of weeks. That's why they worked out Flowers but did not sign him. They were probably trying to find out what was going on with Van Ginkel. When they knew his status, good. So they're going to hang in there. Porter Gustin and some of these other guys kind of give you an option to put you out for a week or two if you need to give Van Ginkel a little extra time to heal. You know what I'm saying? So you're good there. Nick Needham, just a day-to-day thing. Maybe he's the one that had the stomach virus. Who knows? But if it's a day-to-day thing and the finger wasn't affecting him, then it's not serious. So a lot of this stuff did not turn out to be anything real serious or long-term or season-ending or anything like that. So we're good as Dolphin fans. That's good news, overall. And now we'll see how he handles Saturday and who he plays and who he doesn't play. That's it. RedRecover.com, a proud sponsor of our program. And I've been telling you, I posted, can you pull up my tweet from yesterday, por favor? And I showed the before and after pictures of my hair because I've been growing my hair back, and it's actually growing back. It takes a little while, but you use it every day for 15 minutes and it changes. And for pain, Sean uses it for his knee. That is bone on bone. My wife uses it for her knees because her knees, she gets pain when she does a lot of walking or when it's really cold or it rains. And so she uses Red Recover to alleviate that pain, and it gets the blood flow going. And listen, no side effects, 100% natural. So it's great for kids. It's great for adults. It's great for your dogs. So for those older dogs that have the hip issues, or if you want to do it now so it can be more preventative, you can do that and put the wrap on your dog once a day, and they can get it treated also. So listen, check it out for yourself. Go to redrecover.com. Use our code Big O, and you will get 10% off there at redrecover.com. Go to the website, check out the blogs, check out the video blogs. Hayden Hurst, former first-round pick, plays with the Bengals. He uses Red Recover to optimize his workout before and after, man. Go to the website, redrecover.com. Check it out. If you want to order the hat, they may not have it on the website. Go to contact us and send them an email, and they can put you on the list to order the hat, and you can get that there. redrecover.com, code Big O, and get 10% off. Dolphin, thank you, my friend, for a little love, a little super chat. He says, tired of hearing fans saying Tua versus Skyler, Skyler versus Teddy, trade Teddy away. This isn't Madden's game career mode on Xbox. This is real life. I know you spoke about this already. I'm frustrated venting. Well, good for you, man. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But listen, fans are fans. And fans are fanatical. You know what I mean? And on this platform, we try to keep it as realistic as possible, and we try to be as brutally honest as we can with you guys on all of this. But we try not to fall into the trap of being a fan. While we're all fans, we do this job objectively, and I love Skylar Thompson. I've been bragging about Skylar since I saw him in training camp from the get-go and some of the passes, and I was really impressed with the kid. And I was one of the first to say, this guy made the 53. But I'm also the first to tell you it's a developmental guy. That's why I like him, but he's not ready to be thrusted into anything whatsoever. So those of you that think this way, you're sensible. If you think he's going to take over for Teddy or for Tua, that's asinine. It's ridiculous. Everybody has a role here. This kid will develop. Teddy will be a backup and pass his knowledge on. He's got a hard drive, right? And Skyler and Tua have to get their USB and put it into the ports, boom, and start to download that information from Teddy over the next year. So when Teddy walks out the door at the end of the year, you have now absorbed all that information, Tua, and you're a better player. Skyler, you've absorbed it, you're a better player. Skyler, you've now watched Teddy and Tua prepare every week for each opponent. You are now better prepared. That's the process that we're in, folks. Anybody that tells you anything else, you're just thinking foolishness. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Big O, to keep it real.
Yes.
We got your tweet right up for you.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Here I go. Here's our before and after. If you didn't see it, and I've been wearing the hat for about a year now, so you'll know. And there you go on the left side before, on the right side after. I got slightly more hair now, don't I? Right? You can click the individual picture there. We'll focus in on the individual picture, and he'll hit the bald one now in a second, so you can get a nice close up. No, just click the picture itself. Oh, you hit the hat. Yeah. Well, go the other way. Hit the arrow on the left. Hit it 3 times, and we're there. There you go. There we go. No, there you had it right. He's really enlarging it. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, see, now we're balding, and now we got hair. How about that? That's beautiful. Just a little more hair. Just a little more. You can see still that there's some areas that I need more hair still. But I don't know if it'll come out. You know what I'm saying? Don't know yet. Because like I told you, right here, this has never really re-energized, and it's been a year. So this stuff has kind of stayed the way it's been. I don't see any. You don't see any hairs here, right? Anything? Anything growing here? No, right? No. Get out of here. You're lying. I haven't seen any hairs there. He's lying. Anyway, so that's why I told you. Like, if you've been bald for years and years, yeah, because this was years and years ago. This was recently. So that's why I was able to save some of it. I don't know if it'll be all, but hey, man, I can cover up my yarmulke a little bit more, which is a beautiful thing. Anyway, go to redrecover.com and use our code Big O. You will get 10% off. Just trying to make a negative into a positive, but maybe this stomach bug was a sign to prevent some of our boys from getting injured. Yeah, I don't believe in any of that. It was just somebody ate some bad food, and unfortunately, they passed it around, my brother. That's all it is. It's some kind of food poisoning, and it got passed around a little bit, or they all went to the same place to eat, or
Yeah.
that's
Well,
all.
they did say they ruled out food poisoning because nobody had the same meals.
Okay.
So, again, however, read into that however you will. But to answer that about resting anybody up or anything like that, if you listen to the press conference, which is at Big O Radio Show on YouTube, he talks about Jalen Waddle because he's asked about Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
And he said, Jalen probably could have won if it was just a regular practice. But I know he has people on the other side, and I didn't want him overexerting and showing off to said person he was doing the jug machine with.
Oh, yeah.
And things like that. So they kept him out for his own safety is basically what they said. So they wouldn't stop the whole practice to keep people fresh because they were doing it already with Jalen Waddle doing
They've been doing it
but
from the
thing.
get-go. Yeah, they've taken the safe route with everybody from the get-go because it's about winning in the regular season. That's just what it is. Let's see. Big O, is Reds a suppository? Yes, exactly, sir. Bend over. If you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line, that's 855 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line, Marcel Louis-Jacques is set to join us, by the way, at the bottom of the hour. And speaking of Welt and Rayom, as you see there, terrific law office. If you need, if you're being right now mistreated by the insurance company because you have a claim and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, and you need a law firm that will bring the insurance company to their knees, Welt and Rayom. I know because I've seen it firsthand. So make sure you call them 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage. That's what I had. Condo damage. That happens a lot, right? Criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Come on, man. Call Jeff and Daniel. They will get it done. Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. I promise you, nobody's going to work harder. Their offices are in Hollywood. They've been here for well over 20 years, maybe like 25 plus years almost. They are an amazing law firm, and they will work for you. So call Welt and Rayom and tell them that Big O sent you. A.J. Brown poisoned our guys. Just joking. What's that? Oh, why? Because he was mad because they were showing the videos?
Yeah, he's like, what about us beating your DBs?
Yeah, because he had the bobbling catch over X.
Are you
that was a nice catch by him, man.
But are you that upset about it? I mean, to respond to a team's Twitter, like, I'll just show ours.
Yeah, exactly.
Why doesn't your team show yours?
Yeah, well, no, and it wasn't really the Dolphins. It was mostly writers showing it, and what's it called? Clay Ferraro's one went viral because he got the one that Slay right at the beginning that we saw when we saw Slay get injured, right there. Yeah, right. I mean, but still, it's up to the Philly reporters to put it. It's, we're just covering what we see, dude. What do you want us to do? Yeah. So, well, yeah, Slay. Darius got slayed. Yes. Big O, is NatureBee still doing 3 for 2? Yes, you've got a couple more days. Go to naturebee.com. You buy 2 months. You get the third month for free and free shipping. But you got to use the code Big O in order to get the third month for free and free shipping. All right, so you buy 2 months, you get the third month for free. Nature B is for me. Boost your immune system. All right, energy all day, stronger nails, fuller hair. I mean, the benefits are just amazing. Nutrition, creaky bones, all that kind of stuff. It just helps in so many ways. Plant pollen, man, all natural. And it's great for the kids and great for the adults. NatureB.com. You buy 2 months, you get the third month for free and free shipping. NatureB.com. Go for it, Dan. Enjoy, my brother. Marcel is the best beat reporter for the Finns right now, energetic and gives a balanced view, even though he complains about aches like a 60-year-old man sometimes. LOL. We got to read that one for him, Pat. That is awesome. I love that. Let's see. Orlando, there is an important cue on Nature B. I don't know what that means. Oh, wait a minute. Nature B, but the price did not change. Just wondering if I missed out on the special. Oh, really? No, but maybe once you put the code in and go through it, it should change. Okay? Let me see. You know what? I'm going to. Okay. Let me see something. Let me reach out to the folks over at the B. How about that, huh? That's what we'll do. We shall reach out to the folks at the B and show them your text. You should have it there. Let me see. Because they told me they were running it for one more month. It does? Okay. Try going through to the checkout and see if it changes then. Okay. All right. So check it out there, man. I'm sorry. Hopefully, yes. Dan B asked a question. And Fulgencio was telling me that there was a question there. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. The code changes the price at checkout, says Adam. Oh, there you go. Those of you that have bought, you know what I'm talking about. Big O, I was on Rogaine to regrow my hair. Thankfully, it has worked. There you go. But I heard that Rogaine stuff, you have to keep doing it because if you don't do it, it falls right back off again. Is that true? Does anybody know about that Rogaine stuff? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that's right, Dolphin. 380 watching, only 126 likes. Come on, man. Smash that like button. And please like Big O Show Cuts. We need you to like Big O Show Cuts. We need you to get Big O Show Cuts to 1,000. Okay? Need that badly. So come on, go over and subscribe. I know you're subscribed to this one because that's the only way you can chat. Although, wait a minute, there might be people watching that aren't chatting. So those of you that are watching and not chatting, come on, subscribe to the program at least, man. Help the show out in a big time way. We need it, man. You know, that's the right thing to do. Help us grow. Are you seeing Maiden in October in Tampa? Yes, Super Boom Shack. I will be there. I have 4 concerts in October. The Reverend Horton over at Revolution Live. I have Greta Van Fleet twice. And I have Iron Maiden. 4 concerts. No, 5. Alice in Chains, October 1st on my birthday. 5 concerts in October. 7 in September. And 5 in October. That's what we got. Nature B are capsules, but it's powder inside a capsule. Nature B is so cool. Okay? This is the other test I want you to do in Nature B. I want you to get one of the capsules, bust it, and drink the powder. How many times would you do that with anything else? Never. Taste it. Doesn't taste bad, actually. Anything else that is inside? If you ever wanted it, would you ever taste something that's the powder that's inside a capsule? Never, right? Nature B. Yeah. So there you go. Check it out. It's cool. Orlando, have you ever tried El Palacio de los Jugos as a sponsor to your program? We would love to. I go to El Palacio de los Jugos on Miller and 147. Yes. And once in a while, on my way home, I might stop at the one in Southwest 8th Street and 40th also. 40. It might be even 47 also. Something like that. There's one there also. So I love that place. They do a great job, man. They do an excellent job. But I have no idea who to talk to there. So you always got to talk to the boss. You can't walk up to any business and talk to just somebody. It doesn't get you anywhere. So yeah. But yeah, that would be a nice sponsor considering the wife and I actually go to the place. So yes. I mean, Palacio de los Jugos is just an awesome place, especially if you want to go get a fruit shake and stuff. Oh, man, they are the bomb. Big O, out of all the concerts you've been to, which is the best drum or guitar solo that you've ever witnessed? Eddie Van Halen will always be the best guitar solo I've ever witnessed. Drumming, Neil Peart. Yeah, I have to go with a Neil Peart solo in Rush. That was pretty easy right there. I didn't yes. Well, to both. We lost both of them, unfortunately. So yeah. Are there any of the bubble players that you're really going to focus on this week? And I'm hoping from the safety from Oregon, long shot. You mean safety from Oregon? Maybe he makes the team? Javon Holland? I don't know. Maybe he may. I don't know. Maybe practice squad for Javon Holland. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Javon Holland could find himself in the AFL. Well, what were you going to say?
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Yesterday, they were practicing the special teams, the kickoffs. What did you think of them putting Javon Holland out there on the first team?
Yeah, return?
No, kickoff. On the kickoff team. He was kind of spy safety in the back, but I was like, oof, I don't know. I mean, if he plays a spy safety and he's there and that, I don't want him running down and being able to get,
it sucks, but I saw Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas.
Well, no, I understand that. The way that we've had and the way injuries happen now, it's like.
The coach will tell you, I need to win special teams. I want my best players out there. And if there's a guy that you don't trust, okay, and he's not there, and you got to use somebody else, and maybe that's what it is. You know, maybe it's somebody that's banged up, and that's why they used Holland for now, because the person that they normally trust, Holland is backing it up. Just like you're going to use Waddle or Tyreek in a return at one point or another, you're going to use it.
You need a big play, yeah. I mean,
and so maybe that's what Holland was doing, is getting some reps in there just in case. In a key moment, he has to be the center fielder because they're up by 2 and the other team needs a big return. And who do you want in there?
Yeah.
Javon Holland or anyone else?
Well, when I went down the line, I saw Preston Williams in there. I was like, oh, let's not have him be the guy.
Exactly. So then if you're down by 2, the reverse, and you need a return, okay, are you going to put Preston Williams, Noah Igbenogany, or are you going to put Tyreek Hill? You know what I'm saying? So you're going to put Tyreek Hill because you need a big-ass return. That's what happens, man. So you never know what was going on in that moment. It might have been just a backup rep that he was taking just in case they need him in a pinch for something. And sometimes you're going to use The guy that has the best instincts on the damn team, when he's got to play center field.
All right, I feel better a little bit. Because, I was very concerned. I'm like, why?
We are here to bring calm.
At that point, throw Brandon Jones
Bring
out there.
insight. Brandon Jones might be that guy too, huh? Knock the hell out of you. There's a channel called House of Highlights that took a major poll of thousands voted on. Out of LeBron and Kobe, LeBron is winning 53-47. Okay. Not sure why that was shared, but I got you, Karen. Okay. I couldn't call the name. I feel a fool. Well, I don't know what. You're talking about something else there. Oh, are there any? Okay, bubble players. Oh, you're talking about. Okay, so you're not talking about that Oregon safety. We're having fun on that. We were just busting balls there, bro. Bubble people are Ben Stilley, Porter Gustin. Just to kind of answer your question. Oh, Vernon McKinley. Okay. He's got a shot. Vernon McKinley's got a shot in the back end of the draft or back end of the roster or special teams. Kohu, it's another kid that I'm looking at. Those are kind of the bubble players that I want. Hey, Skyler is a bubble player too. He needs to go out there and have a nice second half. He can't go looking like crap and start throwing a bunch of interceptions. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, what happened here? That kind of stuff. Tanner Connor, I wish he was healthy, but he's not healthy. Michael Dieter, I want to see. I want to, not that he's bubble, but I want to see because of what I've told you before. Solomon Kinley, another guy that I want to see. Not bubble, but again, the back end of the roster. So, yeah, there'll be many reasons. Hey, listen. The receiver, the seventh round, not the seventh round, the street free agent kid, Braylon Sanders, that kid, I like him, man. Practice squad. I'm hoping they can sneak him onto the practice squad because he's not going to be able to make this team. There's too many guys. So, stuff like that. Oh, ready? Okay, good. Liam Eichenberg should be on the practice squad with Austin Jackson. Well, see, I got game. You're not watching practice and, you're just going off of Austin Jackson the last 2 years and you're actually not even watching now. That becomes a really lazy ass comment on your part, bro. And it also becomes an uneducated comment because Austin deserves some love, bro. He's actually played pretty solid. Eichenberg's been the real shaky one right now on that line. In fact, let's talk to Marcel Louis-Jacques about that. Our Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins report is next.
Time to get the edge on the Miami Dolphins with our Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins report. When you want the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste, you can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com. Here's the ESPN Dolphin insider Marcel Louis-Jacques.
There he is. All right. Technical snafus over. Follow him on Twitter at Marcel_LJ. How are you doing, my friend, now that you got a half day off now?
Yeah, I didn't go. I live streamed the press conference today. That's look, man, I live in downtown Miami. The drive either way is longer than the interview was going to be. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I have gone all the way over there just for a press conference before. I'll do it again. Today was not going to be that day. I got stories I'm writing on. I got a big Tua piece that should be dropping on Tuesday. It's the one I've been working on. It should be dropping Tuesday. Finishing that up. Just turned my first draft in last night. Had another interview today. Got some good voices in there. Obviously, some that people are going to recognize, maybe one that's less recognizable, but still knows Tua really well. It was a big help. So I'm excited to get that out, man.
I was tripping out yesterday because he had a good day yesterday. And, there are people talking about it, of course, but it's funny how it wasn't the same kind of conviction if he would have had a shitty day. And so I was just thinking about that yesterday. If he would have had a day where he was off and threw a couple interceptions, oh my God, the place would have blown up. ESPN would have had it front and center, NFL Network, CBS, everybody. And, they would have had him trading for Garoppolo by the afternoon is what would have happened. And so it's true. It's true.
I don't know about all that.
Well, maybe I went a little far in the Garoppolo thing, but
he had a couple I don't know about bad days, but he had a couple days last week that obviously got national attention, but it wasn't from, as far as I know, we didn't cover it at ESPN because I didn't personally think it was that big of a deal. So if we covered it, was outside of me.
Yeah, but I'm saying this would have been I'm saying like if he, which he practiced well against the Bucs too, and he practiced well against the Eagles. But if he would have failed in those two, I'm just saying, especially yesterday, if he would have had a bad day, things would have blown up, dude. It's funny how it's a double standard in a way that he doesn't get the same coverage. He doesn't get the same praise as he gets the same criticism. Let's put it that way. That's all I'm saying. And it's not you, because you're one of the fair guys, actually. You know what I mean? But the guys that I feel aren't necessary. Like yesterday, I heard Danny Cannell, and this is something that just roasts my craw all the time because it's complete bullshit. When people say, whoa, Tua's excuses are done. And, Cannell was saying that yesterday. And if I was in front of him, I would have said, bro, that's a lazy-ass comment. Because, okay, is it a fact or is it an excuse that the offensive line sucked? No, it's a fact. Is it a fact or an excuse that they had no running game? No, that's a fact. Is it a fact or an excuse that they had no offensive coaches? That's a fact. Is it a fact or an excuse that the head coach didn't even like the quarterback? That's a fact. Is it a fact that the head coach thought he could win with Jacoby Brissett over Tua? It's not an excuse. That's a fact. Nothing has been an excuse for Tua. That's why I tell you that there's a double standard. So when the kid does well, he doesn't get the praise that you should give him. But when he doesn't do well, boy, they will go overboard with the negativity and the assessment, because nobody's made an excuse for Tua. Those are facts that he had to live through the last 2 years, not excuses.
I guess so. I mean,
you guess so?
So I think when people use that excuses line, it's kind of just a euphemism for there's no more explanations as to why he can't succeed. There are no more reasons as to why he shouldn't be able to succeed here. It's an improved offensive line. They're struggling to run block, but as a pass blocking unit, they've been good this summer. He's got better receivers. He's got better coaches. He's got more support around him. It wasn't an excuse
that all his receivers were injured last year, or was that a fact?
I mean, injured or bad? I don't.
Whatever. Useless. How about useless? Outside of Waddle and oh, by the way, they didn't even know how to use Gesicki out there. They couldn't even get on the field.
The proper way to say it is not that there's no more excuses. It's that the Dolphins have isolated the variable here. And I know some people are going to flinch at that. What are you calling my quarterback? Relax. It's as respectful as possible. They isolated the variable, meaning that they took away all possible reasons why Tua shouldn't be able to succeed this year.
Or they corrected their weaknesses.
Semantics.
Okay.
Semantics.
I'll go with corrected weaknesses because he's not a weakness. That's the way I look at it. When you're the least sacked quarterback behind the worst line and no running game, you're not a weakness. You found a way to make whatever you can, make chicken salad out of chicken shit. As the great Gary Stevens once told Kevin Ding of the Miami Herald, who is now with the Orange County Register. I still think he's.
I was about to say, I know 0 people that you just mentioned in that anecdote.
Of
Not
course.
a single person.
Of course. You were born in the last 20 years.
But 30 years come
Okay,
Sunday.
30, whatever.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, but
here.
the first 10 don't count. You're not
Respect me.
really following life. I'm just saying, like.
I learned how to read when I was 2. I think.
Yeah,
2 or
but you're not
3.
following
I
life.
was smart, man.
At 7 and 10, we're not worried about life, bro. You're not worried about the
But,
intricacies about what's going on in Dolphin Land. I was because I was
learning
covering it.
algebra and worried about the
Oh,
Kings.
so
That's
Kevin
really all that
Ding
mattered.
Kevin Ding was a Dolphins reporter here in Miami, and he's been covering the Lakers, and he's a columnist. I believe it's still the Orange County Register. Good dude. And Gary Stevens was the offensive coordinator. And so, they were asking him about the struggles on the offense and this and that. And it wasn't excuses. They were just facts. And he kind of looks at the guy and says, I can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. And it became a line that we have used for 2 decades now, that exactly Tua can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. And, they weren't excuses. They were facts that Gary Stevens was throwing out there. And these are the facts that I'm throwing out there that, Tua was working with. He's working with chicken salad now.
Look, there are some things.
Salad last year.
There are some things that Tua can stand to improve. He's not like I'm not saying that he's a weakness, but I'm also not going to say or pretend that Key was perfect last year, or that like with improved play, a couple of those games, couldn't have been a win. But I think notably, and it all boils down to the arm strength argument, right? Because when you look at it, no quarterback in the NFL completed a higher percentage of passes, 25 yards or more downfield, than Tua last year. Only one quarterback attempted fewer, and I think Jimmy Garoppolo attempted the same, 18. But that's more of an argument of decision-making and play calling rather than ability. He has the ability to throw the ball downfield. Where the arm strength comes in, and I think Omar has been a big proponent of this over the past year, are his off-platform throws and his throws on the run. His throws outside the pocket, 27 QBR, I believe it was 27th in the NFL last season. He habitually struggled to throw the ball across his body, which is a difficult throw for most NFL quarterbacks.
It's a throw you're not supposed to make.
You're not supposed to make it unless your name is Josh, Aaron, or Patrick, or Justin. That's not really a throw for you to do. Matt Stafford struggled outside the pocket last season. I think he might have had, Matt Stafford had a higher off-target percentage than Tua Tagovailoa did last year. Tua, I think, ranked 28th in the NFL in off-target percentage when throwing outside the pocket. What I'm saying, though, is that, and this is all going to be explained in my story on Tuesday, I'm excited for you guys to read, that's been a focal point for him over the offseason. Improving that has been a focal point for him this offseason. I talked to the people who helped him through it. And, I see
what's
the data.
Also going to help him through it is Mike McDaniel and the talent being schemed the right way. And then he will obviously look a lot better because he will have people that can get separation. He had no receivers that could get separation last year. And as for throwing downfield, you see Jimmy Garoppolo, that's an excuse because you have a line and a running game and you had coaching. So you had opportunities to go downfield. Tua does not. You have 2 seconds to throw the ball. Your ass is on the ground if you're going to wait for something downfield, just like Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago when he got there that he had no line and he could not get the job done. That's what this guy's been under for 2 years. So for me, when you compare the two, Jimmy had no excuse. He should have gone deeper more often, whereas Tua had no choice. He couldn't go deeper more often because he just didn't have the time. And
again, it's more of an argument of decision making versus play calling, or decision making and play calling, than it is a lack of ability. And that's something I've been saying for months now, that arm strength is not ability to push downfield. It's ability to hit your receiver outside the sticks, to throw on the run outside the pocket, and throw off platform, all of which he seems to have improved this offseason. We will see, we'll see when he's actually got live bullets coming at him. There are live rushers coming at him. Possibly Saturday too. I would kind of expect him to play Saturday, but we'll see. McDaniel kind of saw today's stomach bug virus as a divine intervention, so I don't know what the butterfly effect of this virus is going to be, but I do think that Tua has the tools available to succeed this year. He's got a better supporting cast than he ever has had in his NFL career. It's not even close. He's got a better offensive staff. He improved the things that I thought he needed to improve on from last season. Again, he had very little help, but he didn't necessarily help himself at times either. If again, you look at his throws on the run, you can also argue, why was he throwing on the run? Because he had a bad offensive line. That's fine. But like sometimes plays are going to break down. And he wasn't great at throwing on the run. He wasn't great throwing across his body. He recognized that, and he got to work on that this offseason with his strength and core building program with I'm not going to spoil it too much, but yeah, with Nick. So I think that, the pieces are there, but like it's almost like a yin and a yang. It's been a two-part cycle. The Dolphins held up their end of the bargain and said, okay, we're going to support you. And then Tua in turn sees that support, sees that respect. And now he's working on the things that he also needs to clean up on. It's not like, Tua was perfect, everything around him.
Nobody's perfect.
He needed work. I think Tua was fine last year. Tua was fine last year. He wasn't, I'm not going to say he was great. I'm not going to say he was horrible. I'm less inclined to even say he was particularly good. He had his moments, but I think as a whole, Tua was fine last year. I think he has an opportunity to be good in 2022.
Pretty simple. Say it with me. Tua is not the problem on this team.
I don't think Tua was the problem on that team last year. I think I said that last year.
Yeah.
I think I said that last year.
I know you're one of the few fair guys on Tua. From what I've seen in the media, you're one of the few guys that is fair with the kid. He has never been the problem on this team. He just has no support, and that's the difference. Now let's get to the real controversy. Okay, yeah, Tua is not a controversy. Never is. He's not a lightning rod or anything. Forget about that. Here's a real controversy I want you thinking now, and I want to know if you've been watching this, because Poupard really didn't get to notice it. He loved what I brought up, so I'm going to ask you now.
Okay.
Out of the five guys, Eichenberg, for me, has been the weak link. When I watch that line, Austin has been solid. Robert Hunt has been solid. Connor has been solid. The snapping a little high. Yesterday was terrific. And obviously, Teron Armstead's a freaking stud, so we don't have to worry about that. I
think, by default.
But when I see problems, it comes from Eichenberg. When I watch Michael Dieter, since he came back, he's gotten better and better. And I think yesterday I watched him in the one-on-ones up close, and he dominated. He was awesome yesterday. I personally, with the problems you're having on the offensive line, which is backup really and left guard, I would move Eichenberg out to my swing tackle. I would move Dieter into left guard. Why? Because he's the better guard. That's his natural position. Eichenberg's a natural tackle. It'll suck. You traded up all that stuff for him, and he becomes a swing. But so what, dude? When Teron Armstead steps down, then he can move in. Or if you have an injury, you have a guy that's ready and better suited at it. The other thing is, now you put Dieter in the game. God forbid something happens to Connor. He's been in the game the entire time. He's watching what's going on defense. He's watching all the calls that Connor's making. He's in a groove. Easier to move him over and then bring Solomon Kinley or somebody else to play left guard, whatever, and then you can move on. For me, from what I'm seeing, and I don't know offensive line like those guys, I like Dieter better at left guard than Eichenberg, and I would move Eichenberg to my swing tackle. Your thoughts on that craziness?
I don't think that that's something they're going to start the season with. I think that Eichenberg, his status as a second-round pick, means they are going to give him every opportunity in the world to prove himself capable. That being said, I mean, Solomon Kinley was their starting left guard entering last season. Things can change. things can change quickly when you start to lose and when you don't do your job, because you got a lot of people relying on you in order for to secure theirs.
What have you seen from Eichenberg when you watch? Do you agree with me that he might be the weak link right now out of the 5?
I think he is the weak link out of the 5, but I don't know if I would call him a problem yet. I think I'll keep a closer eye on it this Saturday, the limited snaps he plays, and then I'll go back and watch the Raiders film. I just got my Game Pass renewed, so go back and watch the Raiders film and have a more educated opinion about it. But I know by default that, since the other 4 are so solid, he is by default the weak link on this line. I do think it's important to remember this is the first offseason where he has practiced that one position.
Yeah,
and it's a position that he's still learning.
Guard. And he's not a natural guard.
He's not a natural guard, but limited time next to Teron Armstead throughout training camp, who isn't necessarily he's practicing. He doesn't. It's not that he's not practicing in full. It's that Teron doesn't always turn in a full practice, if that makes sense. Like, he's not always in the 2-minute drills at the end of practice. He's not always in the game. I think once you get extended run with a healthy Teron Armstead, that's going to help limit the mistakes that you make. That's going to help speed the game up a little bit, or slow the game down a little bit for him, speed up his processing. I do think he'll be okay, but again, I need to watch and make sure that I'm not speaking out of my what, because I haven't noticed him as a specific weak point, if that makes sense. I haven't noticed him and say, like, looking at him last year, looking at Austin Jackson or Jesse Davis last year, it was like, wow, that's not good. That needs to change. I haven't gotten that feeling or that sense this year. I don't hate the idea of Dieter at guard, which is his natural position instead of center. I don't hate the idea. I think that if Eichenberg struggles, that it's a pretty obvious line of succession.
And I think he would excel at it because you've taken the center part away where he doesn't have to, do the extra thinking, and he can go out there, and still he's your backup center at the same time. So it kind of, I don't know. It just, and I like the way, by the way, I like what I've seen from Solomon Kinley. After all the weight stuff that we talked about, he might have been working on his agility and speed and all that, because that man is moving, bro. I mean, moving. I'm impressed with Solomon. I like what I've seen from him. He makes the team now for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he was making the team no matter what. But the weight thing is very much an issue, and I don't know how quickly he can move. Especially if they're asking him to pull it all at guard. I have to see it. I have to see it to believe it. But he's still going to make the team. Like, they only have. I turned in my 53-man roster yesterday. I've only got, I think, 9 offensive linemen making it right now, and he's very clearly in that top 9.
All right, so you got your Tua story coming out. What else you're working on over on the ESPN, so folks can check it out? Marcel.
That's it right there, man. That's been my focus for the past week. Again, there's a certain sense of just relief when you turn and file a story away. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to share that with you. I think that there's some information in there that people are going to really find interesting. Some hard data in there that people are going to find interesting. And then, we're going to have an actual roster to talk about. No more projections, no more prediction, no more this and that. We have here's a firm 53, here's a practice squad. Let's start talking Patriots now. No more, will these guys play? Is this guy is this? And I'm eternally grateful for that, man. I can't wait to actually start the regular season talk.
Yeah, can't wait to see him kick the Patriots' ass. That's going to be a lot of fun. By the way,
man.
Pat in Nashville says Marcel is the best beat reporter for the Fins right now. Energetic and gives a balanced view. Even though he complains about aches like a 60-year-old man sometimes. LOL.
I am sore as shit right now as we speak. I did arms like 2 days ago, and they're stuck in one position, man. Like, they're stuck bent. But
They
No,
love you.
I'm actually.
They love you, but they don't want to see a 25-year-old dude complaining about his body. It's just.
I'm not 25. That's
All
the
right.
problem.
What are you? 30? Okay, whatever. 30,
I've said
25.
so many times. I turned 30 on Sunday, so
Ugh,
I'm not covering shit on Sunday.
You're
I'm
so
gonna be on a
old.
boat. I'm gonna be
You're
on
so
a boat.
old.
But no,
Okay,
man, I appreciate it.
Where can I turn back 26 years on the clock so I can go back to Marcel's age, please? Please let me turn back 26 years on the clock.
I think that what's it called? I think that there's a lot of people on this beat that I respect that have been doing this a long time, and I defer to them in a lot of things. I think what helps me is that I haven't been paying attention to the Dolphins for 30 years. I come in with a fresher mindset and, not a lot of skin in the game per se. I've been doing this long enough that I know what to look for. But I don't have that like deep rooted emotion of covering, having to cover this team and that team or this bad team, this bad season, this scandal. It's just kind of like I got to start with a clean slate. So I appreciate that. People appreciate that. Looking forward to season number 2 and beyond, man.
All right, man. Good stuff. Follow him on
That's
Twitter
my
at
speech.
Marcel_LJ. And we will catch up next week, my friend. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game. And we will catch up later on. You be good out there, all right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. There you go. You now have the edge. All you got to do is go to myedgedrink.com and order the finest energy drink on the planet. And when we talk about 78 calories, delicious, smooth, and zero aftertaste, and an amazing elixir. Oh, I love mixing. In fact, tomorrow I'm going to mix it up with a little vodka and enjoy. That is the edge.
You now have the edge on the Miami Dolphins with the Edge Energy Drink Miami Dolphins Report featuring ESPN's Marcel Louis-Jacques. Get the energy drink that's delicious and smooth with zero aftertaste. You can only order Edge Energy Drink at myedgedrink.com. That's myedgedrink.com.
Right. Marcel was talking about he comes in with a fresh perspective. And he doesn't have, the history. And it's funny that he brought that up because I don't know if you read Dave Hyde's article talking about practice yesterday. And, Dave has been the guy also. He's one of those anti-Tua guys. Love Dave Hyde, right? But Dave Hyde, a lot like Omar, they have been so beaten down by the Dolphins that it's kind of hard for them at times now. It seems like it's kind of hard for them to maybe give the benefit of the doubt sometimes, give it a chance. Maybe things are a little better. Maybe it's a little brighter, that kind of stuff. So Hyde's, headline says, Dave Hyde, new flash, old concerns surface in Dolphins' good test against Philadelphia. So he really couldn't talk too much about, Tua or anything like that because he's been kind of the guy that, has been an anti-Tua guy, not really a believer. And he says the Dolphin offense in 2 parts in late August, everyone is fixated on quarterback Tua for good and obvious reasons. He's a centerpiece. He's the reasons the Dolphins tanked in 2019. He's in a prove-it season to not just be good, but be on the road to great for this grand plan to succeed. This offseason was about getting Tua enough parts to let his game matter, and there's a mixed message of how that looks heading into the season. No, there isn't, actually. It looks pretty good so far, the pieces. It's not mixed, but again, he's not a Tua guy. Right now, you see the speed that can run away from everybody in the line that can't be ignored by anyone. These issues are married in many ways. To take full advantage of Hill and speedy partner Jalen Waddle, the Dolphins need this line to be serviceable. Not great, not even good if it comes to that, but average, functional. Can it get there? Because there was Hill running free and easy Wednesday, showing what this offense can be, he and Tua connected for a few medium-sized passes in the scrimmage with the Eagles, the exact kind of passes Tua didn't complete with lesser receivers, the kind Hill made of a career making. Teams aren't going to be able to cover 10 and 17, Dolphin tackle Teron Armstead said yesterday to Orlando Alzagary's question. because that was my question that he said. Anyway, Waddle missed Wednesday due to some nagging. But if you notice, he said Tua and Hill connected a few medium passes. Did I not see a deep ball to Darius Slay? Did I not see one? Did it not open up with a bomb to Darius Slay? Okay, all right. Medium passes. But let's talk about the medium passes. Don't mention the other one.
And that was after Hill and Tua couldn't agree on the pass pattern.
Yeah.
That was said.
So he goes on talking about Liam Eichenberg getting beat by third-year player Milton Williams and Austin Jackson struggling once or twice. Okay, maybe a few times against an edge rusher like Hassan Reddick. And so I know that, because I was there, I saw it, and he was asking about the Hassan Reddick stuff. And you start looking at all of this, and in a way, this is where you're right about something that really isn't that big of a dramatic concern right now. Do you know why? You barely hit in camp. You don't tackle. What have I told you over and over again for the last couple of weeks? You can't prepare the running game like this. So don't measure anything right now by that because you don't know. Everyone's not healthy. The receivers are not on the field scheming because what did I ask Teron Armstead yesterday about how is the speed at wide receiver going to help the running game? Because I followed up that question because they were asking about the running game and the offensive line. And why did I do that? Because I wanted to elaborate that the running game is not only the offensive line. The receivers have to loosen things up. And that's exactly what I led him to so he can talk about how the safeties have to then loosen up. And that front seven is going to, loosen up. And that's and to expect to walk in there, if you're Dave Hyde, if you're fans, if you're anybody, and you think the running game is supposed to be solved by now, I told you, it's going to take 5 to 8 weeks into the season to really get a feel if you can run or not. Because then you're facing tackling. Then you're facing real hitting. Then you're facing people scheming. And now we're going to find out if these guys can block. And now we're going to find out if the receivers are going to loosen things up and make it a lot easier. Because I almost feel like this is a team that needs to pass in order to run.
And, I agree with you there. The pass protection was there most of all day yesterday. There was time for Teddy to throw, Tua to throw. There was a couple rush throws that he had. But
Reddick was one of those guys that popped in, by the way. And he blew up Eichenberg on one of them, too, by the way.
And then that's with no Waddle out there, still being able to get time to throw the ball. So I think you're dead on there.
Yeah, and so to me, it's like, let's relax. Let's not panic right from the get-go. Let's not, oh, my God, they can't run the ball. Like the one guy, Austin Jackson sucks. Well, obviously you're not watching, bro. I get it, man. I get what I saw in Austin Jackson the last 2 years. It's terrible. It's bad. But he's much better now. Way better now compared to what you saw the last 2 years. He does a decent job now, and maybe he turns into a good lineman. But we got to get listen, we all can be critical. But damn, man, reach deep down inside and be fair. Okay? We can be critical, but let's also give credit to people when they do the right thing. When they are succeeding. Give them the props that they deserve, man. And Austin Jackson has improved. Now we'll see how it translates, but it's not like he's the problem right now. I see Eichenberg more the problem. But, I love Dave, but to be fair, it's kind of crazy to expect the offensive line and the running game to be solved at this point in time. You're not going to see a finished product. So disagree with Dave on that one. Got to have a little bit more fairness is what I would say to it all. Don't forget to hit the like button. Keep Big O show going. Thank you, Tiger Shark Tony. Appreciate you. X's and Flomar. Pat, I just won a Super Bowl before I die. I was born in 73, so I didn't get to see that Super Bowl. Yeah, let me tell you, I saw it, and I was so young that it didn't mean anything to me. I just remember giving 5 to my dad and all that kind of stuff. But, it's 73, 74. I'm 7 and 8 years old during those Super Bowls. A 7 or 8 year old in those days, oh my God. It's not even close to a 7 or 8 year old in today's world. At least the 7 or 8 year old might have more of an understanding of football nowadays compared to me, the 7 or 8 year old in the early 70s, playing with a Tonka truck. It's a different ball game, man. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Be there, but man, I want to enjoy it now. I want it now. And I'm with that listener there. I need one before I die, bro. Before I check out, I need a Dolphins Super Bowl. I need it. I don't want a Super Bowl trip. I need a Super Bowl win before I die. Need it. Cannot die. It'll be incomplete without it. Yes.
C-Man's trying to say he just wants to get there. Once
you're
not gonna trust me.
No.
What was Marino's first 83? Right?
83. No, 85.
No, it was 80, right? Yeah, was it?
No, 83, 84. It was 84.
Riggins, right?
It was the first year.
Riggins.
Yes, 84.
That's the Super Bowl I remember. Oh.
No, Riggins was the 82 with the Killer Bees. We lost to San Francisco.
Yeah.
Right. 82 was the Redskins and Woodstock. That's when they lost. That was the strike year and all that stuff. 85. Right. It was 85 because it was the 84 season. 85, they lost to it was the 84 season, but they lost to the San Francisco 49ers in that Super Bowl.
All I know is we didn't win.
Now I will tell you this. In all fairness, San Francisco was a better team. In all fairness. Okay? And that they really weren't supposed to win that Super Bowl. San Fran was the better all-around team. Okay? Marino and that offense got him there. The Dolphin defense wasn't anything at all. It wasn't anything like the Killer Bees a few years before that, and their running game wasn't jack crap. So, to be fair, as much as I wanted them to win in 85, 82, that's a whole different ball game. Hey, Bo Camper, hang on to that ball. It's a little different 82. But 85, that was 84, I'm sorry. That was different. The San Fran was the shit. Okay? That was a hell of a team, man. Hell of a team. Miami was not nearly as good. It was more about Marino and company getting you there, not really a team thing. Yeah, San Fran was 15-1 that year. I believe Roger Craig. Everybody beat him. Roger, Joe Montana, everybody. It's just the defense. They had a good defense also. Yeah, it was just they were too good, man. They were way better than the Dolphins. So it was just different world in those days. 855-912-1056 if you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line. And those of you, of course, that are not subscribed, you got to use the Welt and Rayom text line. I heard there was a suspect fruit basket delivered to the Dolphins camp that originated from a Pittsburgh zip code, but I can't confirm it yet. These QB1 haters and Skyler-obsessed fools are a joke. Now I'm a fan of Skyler as a fan of the team, but he's nowhere near close to sniffing that QB1 spot. First, the throws that everyone is having about Tua has been making with bad hips, dropping balls with zones and tight windows and doing much more accurately. And second, you remember that 100 circus catch by Eazy-E? That ball was badly underthrown and only bad technique by the DB kept the ball from being picked off. Can you imagine if Tua made that bad throw in the preseason? It would have been the end of the world. It's hilarious. That is so true that if because Skyler made that throw to Eazy-E, that he made the one-handed, because it really was a bad throw. And the DB was not smart in having position to get that ball because he could have. So if Tua makes that throw, he doesn't get the Skyler love. He gets the Tua hate. Oh, underthrown. It's terrible throw. Easy E bailed out Tua. That's what it was. Double standard. Very good. That's an exceptional text right there, baby. Okay? That is an exceptional text. Love that. On the Welt and Realm text line. That's a smart. See, he picks up on it because that's what I noticed yesterday. I was like, this is crap, dude. This is crap. This guy gets hate for all kinds of stuff, all kinds of silliness. Did you see Joel Bitonio from the Browns? He's getting some heat now. And he's getting some heat because, Sean, sometimes in life you say some stupid things and you don't realize you said something stupid. And then maybe you have to correct it. Well, he still didn't correct it because I don't know if he kind of realizes what he actually said. So he got backlash from his Cleveland against the world comments. And why did he say that? Well, because he says, yeah, I noticed it when asked about all the booing. He says, I noticed it. And what I said was, we're going to go to stadiums and we're going to get booed by people no matter who's playing quarterback for us. As a team, we come out and say Cleveland against the world. If people want to take that in the wrong context or talk about it in the wrong context, that's their opinion. But I know we have good people on this team that are working hard and trying their best for the Cleveland Browns, and that's where I am as a player who has been here for 9 years. And if someone wants to think that I don't love and appreciate the things in my life, that's their opinion. But I know where I am at and where I'm at with Cleveland and the people on this team. Well, Joel, let me explain to you, my man, that you have a very poor concept of awareness and reality. It's not about you, my brother, but they're booing you because your team signed a disgusting and despicable individual. Your franchise, they put all their eggs in the basket of a alleged rapist. And after the story has come out, no one believes Deshaun Watson. Maybe his mother does, but nobody else does. I don't even think Jillian Nice believes him. She's just probably enjoying the free ride because there's no respectable woman that would stick around with that. So as beautiful and fine as Jillian Nice may be, I really have very little respect for her as a woman because she clearly has no self-respect whatsoever. No woman that is decent would stay with a pig like that. And so, Joel, I think you're losing sight that you're tied to a guy that is viewed as a scumbag by many, a rapist by others. And so you do deserve to get booed. And it may not be against you, Joel. And they're not probably booing the other 52 players on the team because none of you had any power in any of this. This was Haslam and the front office of the Browns. But somebody's got to take the beating and somebody's got to take the heat. And guess what, Joel? It's you. So be careful in your praise of Deshaun Watson. That's all I'm telling you. Because it isn't going to be accepted. And guess what? The people booing you, Joe, have every right to boo you. And everyone that is disgusted with the Browns, they have all the right reasons to be disgusted with the Browns. Because the Browns acted in a way that is as despicable as it gets. So, Joel Bitonio, get a grip, my brother. Get a grip of reality of what's going on around you. Get some awareness. You certainly need it. And you know what you're better off doing? Shut the hell up. Don't even talk about Deshaun Watson. Don't defend him. Don't defend your team. Don't defend anything. Just stay away from it and say no comment. You might be better off because that's one fight you're not going to win. You might win a fight or two in the trenches, my brother, but you're not winning the fight of public approval for Deshaun Watson because nobody in their right minds is going to accept Deshaun Watson. And anybody in their right minds is absolutely disgusted with Deshaun Watson. True Fin fan. Thank you, my brother, for the love there on the super chat. He says, I'm just glad we didn't get Watson. P-I-G pig. Get back to that story there. I can't pull it up now. Apparently, we got a little news here. Mary Kay Cabot, who, by the way, helped stir that up with Joe Bitonio. Jacoby Brissett appeared to hit his hand on a helmet in practice, and he held it a second. Stefanski said, I was seeing red out there for a defender getting too close to him. Their whole season, I mean, is on the brink right there, bro. They need Jabroni Brissett to play.
Stefanski is understanding how Flores felt last year. Brissett, I need Brissett to be the winner. Imagine the stress right now.
Oh, my God. It's terrible. That place is a joke. Arnaldo says, exactly, Big O, a great player can't beat a great team. Surrounding Tua with weapons is huge. No matter how great a QB is, he can't do it on his own. Marino never had a good defense or running game or right side of the line, by the way. Let's start to add that because not enough people mention that. It's only the left side of the line. That was great. It wasn't the right side of the line. That's probably why they couldn't also run because they didn't have a great line. They had two great players on that line that could block and give them some time, but they didn't have five great players on that line. They didn't have four. They didn't have three.
Oh, something I'm noticing no one's really talking about. There was that one throw from Tua to Tyreek.
Oh, yeah.
And it looked like he was trying to thread it through, but it was maybe not enough power behind it, and it should have been picked, but Tyreek still made the play.
It went right through his hands. It went through the defender's hands.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised
But
that
happens. That happens in football all the time. Close passes, tight windows, and things like that. You got to make the play. He made the play. At least the ball got to the receiver. But and let me tell you, that wasn't the only tight window throw he made in the scrimmage. He made several tight window throws that were pretty good. But I mean, that happens. And you know, you can only talk about it in a bad way if it does end up picked. If it doesn't, that happens in a lot of games for a lot of quarterbacks. Pretty much almost every week in the league, there's one that you got away with. You know what I mean? Orlando, there was a throw yesterday from Tua to Easy E that some folks were calling underthrow. If you look at it, you realize E kind of reduced the speed by the middle of the run. Tua was a good throw. I mean, hey, listen, man, every throw is not going to be perfect, but we can nitpick on every single throw. Overall, he was really good yesterday. And that's all that matters. Really good. That's really what matters. Marlins lost, by the way, yesterday to the A's 3-2. Luzardo played a nice game. They're off today, Friday. They will take on the Dodgers. Do they go 90-plus losses? They're 54-70, and there's 38 games left. Yeah. You sure? That's 30. You got to get to 90. It's 36 games. There's 38 games left. I'm sorry. No, that's right. 20 games. That's right. So 20 out of the 38. Yeah. So you would think they will go they'll go 18-20 easily, right? 95 losses. You're going 100? Wow. Well, they would be 8-30, bro.
I think at some point it's time to rest Sandy's arm.
8-30.
And if Sandy doesn't pitch, those wins will not come.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second, bro. Sandy's going for Cy Young.
Yeah, but I mean, I think he's far enough ahead in the Cy Young right now.
No, if he gives up, if he doesn't play the whole month of September, they'll hold it against him, bro. They'll
4
hold it against
starts
them.
or 5 starts?
Yeah, because his starts are more impressive than average starts because he's starting with a team that can't score.
Yeah, but
So it
behind
becomes
this team,
even
if he
more.
gives up 1 run, now he goes.
Randy
he goes
Johnson
1-4.
did this 1 year. Syndergaard did it another year. There's been pitchers in the past that they've had these kind of seasons that they're on a terrible team that can't score, and they win the Cy Young because it's that impressive. You're on a team that can't score, and you still win the Cy Young with all that pressure on your ass. I remember Randy Johnson did that, and Syndergaard. If I remember correctly, it was Syndergaard that won it for the Mets a few years back, and the Mets couldn't score, and it was just a mission for the guy. He had a hell of a year.
And let's be honest, we're not going to re-sign him, so let's just use his arm now.
Right,
You're right.
exactly.
You're right.
Burn out his arm for the next couple of years.
Throw him all, man. I'd throw him on 3 days rest for the rest of the year.
That's what they did with
Freaking, he got a couple wins.
Damn, what was the name of the guy that he went from Cleveland to Milwaukee? Then he went to the Yankees. Big pitcher. Oh man, what's his name?
David Wells?
No.
Recently or
he was like a big pitcher for the Indians for a while, and then Milwaukee traded for him to make a playoff run, and they used him up. I mean, they overused him, and then he went over to the Yankees, and he had a good career. He had a great career. He had a little CC Sabathia. Thank you, boss. Thank you, CC Sabathia. Bro, they traded Sabathia to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee used him in middle relief, closing, starting. He would pitch BP. They had him pitching hot dogs in the stands. I mean, they did everything possible to dislocate CC Sabathia's arm from his body and try to make the playoffs, and they couldn't. And then he went to the Yankees, and obviously the rest is history. Sabathia, bro. Oh, God. I thought he was going to get injured. I swear to you, I thought Milwaukee was going to kill him. I thought they were just going to mortalize him. And he survived that Milwaukee half season. I was shocked. Really shocked. Look, the Tua nitpicking is so old. Dan isn't coming out of the tunnel. The kid's going to be okay. Fear the kilt. I love it. Fear the kilt.
Dan came out of the tunnel yesterday.
That's right. I haven't seen the Hard Knocks this week. Got to watch it.
There was a comedian on one. Was that last week's? I might be behind. There's some highlights that came out.
I think I'm behind now 2 weeks then.
They roasted one of the coaches they were roasting in part of the comedy skit.
Yeah. By the way, I got to give that kid, the Michigan kid, their first round pick. The Billie Jean thing. It didn't start off right, but then it grooved and he got everybody going in the meeting. And I thought that was cool when everybody joined in on the song. I love it. And you know what I was impressed with the Billie Jean thing? That all these guys are young people and they all knew the song. So it's pretty cool to see the music transcend some generations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hutchinson. That's it. That's the kid. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. That was actually fun to watch everybody join in. You know, very few people weren't singing the song. I thought that was really, really cool. Shaquem Griffin retired yesterday from the NFL. This is the young man that had his hand amputated at the age of 4 and never gave up on himself and kept playing the game he loved with his brother. And he wanted to play with his brother in the NFL, and he got that opportunity, obviously, in Seattle. He was an inspiration to all of us. And Shaquem Griffin is one of those kids, one of those human beings, because I'm old, so I always call young people kids. He is one of those human beings that every one of us should look up to, should admire, should be motivated by. You know, when we get up in the morning, Marcel Louis-Jacques type and complain about our bodies, even though we're 30 years old, we got to look at Shaquem Griffin and see all the stuff that guy had to overcome to get where he's at. You and I could never play in the NFL. And we have our arms and our hands and our feet and our heads and our torsos and every finger and every toe and everything. We have we have everything that we need physically except the talent. Shaquem Griffin they took away a hand from him and he was still good enough to make it into the NFL for a couple of years. That tells you a hell of a lot about the human being, about the will of a human being, which should motivate all of us in anything that we do. No matter how tired we get, no matter how much we might be up against a wall, you can think about a guy like Shaquem Griffin and use that as motivation. Okay? We're all blessed to be able to have witnessed Shaquem Griffin achieving his dream. And that's another reason for any of you out there, if you're ever a negative Nelly or Nancy or whatever you want to call it about your son or daughter's dreams, your friend's dreams, your brother, your sister's dreams, your father, your mother's dreams, your grandfather might have a dream now. He might want to do something at 60 that he got inspired to do. You know, the last thing that any of us should do is be a dream killer. You know, what we should do is support each other, because as hard as dreams are, it's what keeps us going sometimes. And I had a simple dream. I wanted to be a sports talk show host. And for 32 years now, I've enjoyed doing that. And in all different fashions. And hell, look, the dream of trying to keep this platform, like, okay, this is the way we're going now, right? Radio's dying, TV's dying. So maybe we can make it happen this way. When I started, people were kind of making fun of it. You know? Oh, yeah, no, he's on Twitter or something. And, you know, now people aren't making fun of it anymore. We all have dreams, man. And sometimes we develop a new dream and something new we want to chase. And when you look at Shaquem Griffin, how many people are going to believe that you can play in the NFL without a hand, bro? How many? No one. No one's going to. You're missing a hand and you're going to say, I'm going to play in the NFL. I'm Jim Abbott. I'm missing a hand. I'm going to pitch in the NFL and the MLB. These are people that we should all use as inspiration. You know, Edwin Moses shutting up Hitler in the Olympics is historic. Jim Abbott shutting up Castro and the Cuban national team in Cuba, and Jim Abbott with one hand, one arm that works. He's shutting down guys that are 10 years older than him that should be actually pro players in Major League Baseball. And he's doing it right there. And then when you see Shaquem Griffin do what he's done, just make sure, man, you appreciate these kind of things. Don't let it slide. Use it as an example. Use it as motivation. So you don't give up on yourself and don't give up on others at the same time. 855-912-1056. That's 855-912-1056. If you want to get in on the Welt and Rayom text line, you can also reach out to us on Twitter. That's at Big O Show. Let me tell you a little bit about Babbel. Have you ever thought about learning a new language? Well, guess what, folks? You can do it with Babbel, the language learning app. They've sold over 10 million subscriptions right now, and we've got a way to save you up to 60%. That's right. And what I love about Babbel is they're addictively fun. My daughter's doing it now. Easy way to learn a new language. And whether you're traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or maybe you just have some free time, Babbel teaches you bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually learn in the real world. And for those of you out there, maybe you want to learn a little Spanish, maybe you want to pick up a Spanish honey here in South Florida, You want to communicate in Espanol, right? So Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Maybe you're traveling to Paris, right? You never know, right? So go now, check this out. There are other learning apps out there that they use AI for lesson plans, but Babbel's lessons are created by 100 language experts, folks. I mean, that is crazy. And their teaching methods have been scientifically proven to be effective. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages. So you want to learn a little Espanol, a little French, a little Italian or German, you can do it. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology helps you improve your pronunciation and your accent. And there's so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition, the lessons you can learn, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. This is a great way of learning a new language. It comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. They know you're going to love it. Start a new language learning journey today with Babbel. And right now, folks, you can save up to 60% on your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Big O. That's babbel.com/Big O for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life. Right. So Dennis Rodman, not going to Russia now. Did you guys see that one? You know, the idiot was thinking he was going to go to Russia and go get Brittany Griner out. And you know what I told you. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Russians are racist. He's black last time I checked. So is Brittany Griner. And they're not really fans of the LGBT community. They're not very understanding. Okay? And Brittany Griner's gay. Yeah, not good. Not good. Not in Russia. They're not very accepting over there in that. You think you have people that aren't accepting here? You got an entire country maybe that may not be too accepting over there, bro. Be careful. So, like I told you, Dennis Rodman's dumbass goes there. He ends up in jail right next to Brittany Griner. So apparently now he has decided not to go to Russia. It's pretty smart, right? It says Rodman claimed earlier this week he had permission to go to Russia, but now he says that he knows Vladimir Putin too well, right? So, but the folks at the White House made it clear that if the worm planned to go, he would not be having DC's blessing, with State Department spokesman Ned Price saying he would not be traveling on behalf of the U.S. government. In fact, the government felt Rodman's involvement might mess up things with the U.S. current negotiations with Russia to get Griner out. So ultimately, the Hooper decided to take a back seat. Somebody reached him and said, Dennis, do you want to be in jail? Because Putin isn't going to listen to your sorry ass. One more thing. They make it sound like Biden and company are making some progress on negotiations with that animal. Nobody in the world is going to make progress with that animal. Big O, I have a behind-the-scenes question. When you get a new sponsor, do they sign a short-term contract at first? How does it work? Well, why don't you try to become a sponsor, and then we'll find out. Tell me what business you got. We'll talk, and then you'll find out for yourself. Yes.
Can I play something for you?
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Play it. Play it again, Sam.
Oh, I'm getting it right now.
Okay. All right.
Got it.
Got it? All right. Let's go. I wish true Fin fan. I have a feeling I'm just confident, sometimes delusional Fin fan. Patriots are guaranteed to win less than 7 games. Jets may finish ahead of them. No, they won't. No, they won't. The Jets will be really bad. All right, what do we got? Is this Jabroni Brissett?
It is, and this is something he was asked at practice today. And I'm going to have to take you off the screen and then bring you back on so it doesn't echo. Hopefully that will keep the echo off, and I'm going to turn mine down.
Is it hard to not try to be Deshaun when you're out there?
Oh, it is very easy for me not to be Deshaun. Trust me.
I want to see if they ask Deshaun, is it hard not to be Jabroni Brissett out there too? Okay. Now it would have been, hey, is it hard for you not to be Deshaun Watson out there? What, a rapist? No, that's really easy for me. I don't need to rape women. No, I don't do those kind of things. That would have been, now that would be the answer. You know? That would be the answer of all answers. Is it hard to not be Deshaun Watson out there? Well, it's pretty easy. I'm not asking anybody to play with my bunghole. Anyway, so yeah. Could he play Tua last year?
The way he's massaging some of these organizations for money, I mean,
I tell you, he is definitely massaging the right people and the right areas. There's no doubt about that. Fear the Kilt says there are thousands of Americans doing time in this country for weed. If you and I are in jail in Russia for weed, do you think she cares? No. Well, listen, it's not about that. Hey, listen, I'm the first guy to tell you Brittany has very few people to blame but herself. Okay? Common sense is you're going to Tijuana, don't get in trouble. And if you went to Cuba or North Korea or China or Russia, well, you're taking chances. And if you end up on the wrong side because you did something stupid in those countries, you know, you got nobody to blame but yourself. So I'm not defending Brittany Griner in any way, shape, or form. I feel terrible for her because to be detained for weed is so stupid. To serve a minute of jail or pay $1 fine for weed is ridiculous. Okay, with alcohol and prescription drug problems that we have in the world, weed is far from any issue out there. So I understand all of that. But, I mean, having said all that, I still have sympathy for the woman. I would like to see her and every other American that's there freed, by the way. So if you're going to make a negotiation with that scumbag, you make sure that you get all Americans that are being held there. 4 or 5 of them, I believe, that are there. You better get all of them. You better not leave anybody behind. If not, you don't make that deal. You cannot do that. You cannot leave other Americans behind. And Americans that, have, by the way, have been in jail longer than Brittany Griner. That's not fair either. Brittany's not more important than any of the Americans that are there being held. Hell, they just released a guy like 5 months ago or 4 months ago, something like that, and he was there for a few years, man. Scary stuff, dude. Scary stuff. So I got that. We got the Rodman story, of course, my incredible John Moxley prediction. You need a co-host now for wrestling? Just saying. I'm just saying. Michelle Kaufman. Michelle Kaufman has got it right. If you go to the Miami Herald, she has nailed it. Okay? Inter Miami has made an incredible turnaround. They play the Red Bulls this weekend. They got a great chance of getting some more points. They're better than the Red Bulls. Let's go. But she wrote in today's paper, well, yesterday came out, that you've got to give Neville and Chris Henderson an extension. And to Jorge Mas, to David Beckham and company, to that ownership group, you guys screwed up a ton to start. Okay? And we had no idea if Neville was going to work out. Well, Neville has worked out. The players respond to him. He's done a really good job. And Chris Henderson has been marvelous in turning over that roster with limitations. Wait till the $2 million fine or limitation on salary is lifted, so the guy has even more resources to build a team. Chris Henderson is you do not wait till the end of the year to give these guys a new contract. You give it to them now and give them the raise that they deserve and move on. I know that a lot of you don't care, and I know that this is going to be a segment that's going to go to a smaller fan base, but I read that yesterday, and I couldn't agree with Michelle more. There was no way I couldn't agree. Marvelous job. Some of the best coaching in South Florida right now is being done by Phil Neville, and some of the best GMing is being done right now by Chris Henderson to get that team out of the rut that they were in the last 2 years. Impressive as hell, man. So, Michelle, I saw that article in the Miami Herald, and if you haven't seen it, you need to read it and check out all the points she made. I don't want to give it all away, but I am completely in there with her. So, what happens with the Patriots this year without McDaniel? It's going to be a clown show. I hope so. I'm a vet, and I've been in some rough countries. You're right. Got to be careful in places like that to make examples of Americans. What you do is don't go there. That's all. And if you're going to go to Russia, bro, you don't have any vials of weed on you. What are you, stupid? And I feel terrible for her, but that was catastrophically stupid. Yeah, I'm going to go to Cuba, but I'll have a little baggie of cocaine with me because that's going to go off really well when I come through the Cuban authorities. Yeah, no, that's fantastic. No, let me go to North Korea. And, maybe I'll bring a little half ounce of hashish. Yeah, that'll go off well with the North Koreans. No, I need something. I need to get buzz while I'm in North Korea. It's just, come on, man. You're going to a place like that. You've got to be impeccable. You shouldn't go. And I get it. She had professional responsibilities because of the basketball team, but don't take weed into it. And there's no mistake on that. You know what you're doing. It's like the guy that has a gun, and when he goes through the checkpoint in the airport, oh, I forgot I had the gun. Really, dude? Really? Like you packed it and you were hiding the gun there. You didn't know you hid your gun there. It's just stupid stuff that happens. And sometimes it's crazy. It really is. We like to do something when sports and business collide on this show. We like to do the KSDT CPA Sports Business Report. Dougie Fresh says, let's use our own Mike no-go zones to get her out. That's a great line. Even Mike will not go to that zone. All right. When sports and business collide, and this is a very interesting one, and because it's kind of weird that this is allowed in a way, and I'm gonna explain it now to you guys. All right. Actos Sports Partners is investing in the Utah Jazz through a deal with Smith Entertainment Group. Now, pending approval of the SEG's Board of Governors, the agreement, which according to NBA regulations has to be more than 1%, gives Actos a minority stake in several teams in SEG's portfolio. SEG and David Blitzer purchased Real Salt Lake in MLS in January for a reported $400 million, with Actos joining in as a limited partner. SEG founder Ryan Smith purchased the Utah Jazz in 2020 for $1.66 billion. The team is now worth $1.78 billion. The agreement also includes Vivint Arena,
which comes to the attention, bringing a third professional sports franchise to Utah. SEG invested in Real Salt Lake. It gained its option to bring back the NWSL's Utah Royal FC earlier this year. NWSL Commissioner Jessica Berman said the league will expand to 14 teams, likely by 2024. So Arctos now has investments in more than 20 professional sports groups and franchises, and reportedly is the first investment firm to offer private equity funding across MLB, MLS, and NBA and NHL. Last year alone, Arctos purchased stakes in NBA teams, the Sixers, the Warriors, and the Kings. Now they add the Jazz. That's kind of strange that you would allow a group to invest in 4 different NBA teams, because you wonder, I know I get it, they're minority stakes, but you still have to worry about influence because you have multiple minority stakes now in 4 franchises. What if you fell in love with the Sacramento Kings and you said, well, no, I need you to trade Embiid over to the Kings because, we're stakeholders in all these teams. And, we know you're trying to invest in a couple of other things. We want to invest with you, but, if you don't do this for us, well, you just wonder how it's just kind of weird that you would allow people to have stake in multiple teams in the same league. Okay, if you have one in the MLS and one in the NBA and one in Major League Baseball, that's nothing. But 4 teams, as the late, great Jim Mandich would say, I put it to my nosy and it don't smell so rosy. I got to say, that is your KSDT CPA Sports Business Report.
This has been the KSDT Sports Business Report. KSDT CPA is one of South Florida's largest and one of the country's fastest growing accounting firms. KSDT is recognized by Forbes as one of the top tax and accounting firms for 2022. KSDT CPA is a full service firm that also excels in crypto. Visit online at ksdtcpa.com or call 305-670-3370.
Yeah. See, Corn Iowa Productions, Big O predicted the Mox win in AEW. Awesome. Well, some of us just have that gift. What can I tell you? I even know how to pick rigged fights. What can I say? It says just one of those things, Some of us have it. Some of us don't.
That fight last night set wrestling back 27 years.
Just because he had the wrong prediction. That's all. That's frustrations. That's all that is. It's just
I said it was a ratings ploy, and that's exactly what it was.
Frustrations.
Frustrations.
Just, this is very Omar-like. He just
bad
business.
Take the L. Bad business. That's what it is.
You got to just take the L sometimes, Sean.
Nope. Not taking the L on this one.
You've been hanging around Omar too long now.
Nope.
Tell you. What's the next fight? What next? What's the next fight you need me to predict?
Well, they're going again at the pay-per-view, so why don't we predict that one?
Moxley will win again.
But now this time you got to pay $50 to watch a 3-minute match.
Well, you're going to pay $50.
I ain't paying nothing.
And then tell me how
I'm done with that.
You're fire sticking it?
No, I am done with All Elite Wrestling. I used to be, on both sides. After that 3-minute garbage.
Bad prediction.
Garbage.
Wow. He must have had money on that last night. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. He had money on it last night. You're only that pissed when you get money. I mean, that's just right.
I don't bet on wrestling.
He was pretty confident, right? Double disqualification. He threw like that.
I thought they would do what would be best for business and do a no contest and then add somebody into the match and then run it back at the pay-per-view. Instead, they do an injury to CM Punk, which now is being reported as not a serious injury, and they're still going to run it back at the pay-per-view, or maybe CM Punk's injured, and then they replace him at the pay-per-view. But either way, garbage.
I tell you, that lady's betting a lot. Look at all those chips.
She is betting a lot right there on that hand. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of dollars on that hand right there. Look at that. Racks. She bets racks. That's impressive.
Where chips?
Racks of chips. It's like she's got like 3,000 chips on one hand there.
Barbecue chips, so good.
She's trying to clean out the entire Hialeah Park right now. That's amazing. There you go. It's a beautiful thing. Eric says Jets twice, Pats twice, Bears, Houston, Cleveland with Jabroni Brissett, Steelers with the rookie or Trubisky and a bad line, Lions with no defense are all games Miami should win with ease. Easy schedule. Well, I wouldn't call it easy because nothing is easy in life. And the Dolphins aren't considered a championship caliber team that you would call that every game should be easy. So they are winnable games, Eric, but not easy, my man. Easy's a little too loose. It's the NFL, man. Not a league that you take for granted, not games that you take for granted. They aren't having a rematch, Sean. No way Punk will go if his foot was really that injured. There you go. Tua time has got some of that for you. Hold on. Hold on
there, Tua time. I'm about to become a Tua hater here.
All right, he's
a
mad
Tua
now.
time hater.
He's mad now. Yes.
Wrestling Observer Radio Meltzer said the rematch is the main event, but isn't sure if they are adding stipulations or when the match will be announced. So Tua time. Suck on that. Biatch.
Mic dropping everything, phone drop, everything. He was dropping everything. It's awesome. Did you guys see Nick Cannon? Did you see what Nick Cannon's doing now? More babies. He just, I swear to God, 9th baby now. Nick Cannon is he just had his 8th with Bree Tessie. Former Johnny Manziel layover, now with Nick Cannon. What happened?
When was the last baby? How long ago was the last baby?
Just like 2 months ago.
Okay, I was gonna say because I thought you had right. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
all right. Sorry, I just thought I was.
Oh, this
I
guy,
thought I lost something.
This guy produces kids like we produce like sleep. I don't know. So he's adding another one Wednesday. The Wild and Out host revealed on Instagram he's expecting his 9th baby and his 3rd with this lady, Brittany Bell. She's a model. Cannon shared, she's a model for what? For babies? Anyway, Cannon shared the news alongside a video montage of him and Bell at a maternity photo shoot in which Bell shows off her her bare baby bump. The clip also features him and Bell taking photos with their 2 children, son Golden Sagan, 5, and daughter Powerful Queen, 19 months. Golden Sagan and Powerful Queen. Those are some creative names. Time stopped and this happened. Hashtag sunshine, hashtag sunrise, S-O-N rise. And Cannon captioned the post. In addition, the Golden and Powerful Cannon shares 11-year-old twins Monroe and Moroccan with Mariah Carey, as well as newborn son Legendary Love with model Bree Tessie. He's also a dad to twins Zion and Zillion, 13 months, with Abby De La Rosa, who's currently pregnant with her 3rd baby. Cannon's also a father to a child with Alyssa Scott, son Zen, who died at 5 months old in December of 2021 after being diagnosed with brain cancer. The comedian previously confirmed that he's expecting more babies this year.
He's just trying to have a kid every day of the year so that way he knows I don't forget something.
See, the problem is Nick Cannon understands that we have a population issue in this country. We just don't have enough people. And so he's going to keep screwing and producing until we have enough people in this country. There's still a lot of empty spaces in North and South Dakota and Wyoming. And, there's lots of empty places in Texas, not just the big cities, but there's lots of, empty spots in this country. There's not enough people living in mountains in Arizona and stuff like that. So we need to increase the population because Lord knows, we have enough jobs and water and all those kind of things for everybody. So Nick Cannon is doing a great job of overpopulating our country. I mean, this is his thing. He's into producing kids. He's also against condoms, clearly. Nick Cannon does not wear a condom, ever. He has no idea what a condom is. In fact, he thinks condoms are for balloons. That's probably all these kids have baby parties, and the balloons are probably condoms because he doesn't need them. So he might as well use them as balloons. So he's got 9 kids, and he's got more babies coming along the way. In fact, I think he took out an ad. If you want baby, call Nick Cannon. He will plant seed, and flower will grow, and that's it. So any lady out there that is looking to have a child, please call Nick Cannon. If you have trouble getting pregnant, call Nick Cannon. He clearly has super sperm. He can get anybody pregnant. It doesn't matter who you are. Even if you're struggling, even if you have no ovaries, he can get you pregnant. Okay? His own sperm impregnates itself. It's got eggs and everything. You don't even need it. It's full service sperm from Nick Cannon. He's amazing. 9 kids and more coming. Should I use that last word? Anyway. You got how many? 2? Oh, you're gonna have one with Nick Cannon? Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do that. In fact, if there's any males, let's have the rabbit test. Again, old thing. Young people have no idea. Rabbit test. Yeah, look at, and he's but you're like what, like 8-10 years younger than me, right? Yeah. So, and he didn't know Rabbit Test. Rabbit Test was a movie that came out back in the, I want to say early 80s, and it was about a guy that got pregnant. Man, so yeah, so, and twins. There you go. Well, hey, listen, with Nick Cannon, it's possible that you'll have quadruplets. In fact, when Nick Cannon has sex with women, right? And he has time-release sperm. So you have a child, and then you let out the child, and then, a couple months later, time-release sperm again without even having sex, and you'll get pregnant again. I mean, seriously, Tim, what Nick Cannon does, no one can do.
I almost feel like
time-release sperm.
Nick Cannon can impregnate you airborne.
Yes, Nick Cannon is a virus.
Just if he's around you.
Yes, if he's around you, you might just get pregnant. He can impregnate you by osmosis. What's that? Which TV show? Oh, yeah. The In and Out or Wild or whatever you're talking about? Yeah. Oh, no, he's filthy rich, bro. Filthy. Well, you better be. With 4,000 kids, you're going to be paying child support forever, dude. It's a lot cheaper to have a kid and just like be married on your own, right? And instead of like baby mamas. I'm just saying. If you got married with one woman and had the kids just with one woman, it comes out to be a lot cheaper than paying baby mamas per baby, and they have to like support them and live a specific life. And when you're Nick Cannon, boy, I'm telling you, whatever you do, don't get close to Nick Cannon. That's all I'm telling you. And if you're a female, do not even come within 10 miles of Nick Cannon.
All these kids are leaving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, Nick Cannon's kids are all leaving right now. They've all graduated from the fire department. Yep. Well, Nick Cannon's got a hell of a hose, so I can see how he had a lot of firemen. What can I tell you? Okay. All right, we good with Nick Cannon now? By the way, what a proper name, Cannon. Now that I just thought about that. Holy crap. You know, what we're going to name him, Nick Cannon. Yeah, well, he's going to be using it a lot. Woo! Wow. Man. It's impressive. I got to tell you. Nick Cannon versus Antonio Cromartie, the next Wild and Out episode. Antonio Cromartie has nothing on Nick Cannon. This guy is just, he's in a class by himself. It's crazy. Treader announced his retirement today. He did? After all that crap, you can tell that there was something going on, man. He never signed with anybody. Injuries, whatever. Nothing ever happened with J.C. Treader. Nuts. What are you going to do? Cromartie has 14 kids. Nick Cannon will have 14 by the end of the year, my brother. He's averaging like
3.84 a year now.
Yeah.
He's bumped it up. He wants to beat Cromartie.
Yeah, Cromartie's nothing, bro.
Yeah.
Cromartie's a schmuck next to the Cannon.
And what, Cannon's got him with what?
Yeah, we should just call him the Cannon.
8 different women, right?
Yeah. Let's just call him the Cannon. That's all. When we're talking about Nick, we'll just say the Cannon did it again. And that's all. That's all we got to do. Right? Anyway, he's done his part. That's for sure. A lot.
Every time the Bucs score a touchdown, Nick Cannon impregnates somebody.
I'm telling you, that is crazy. All right, we thank Alan Poupard. We thank Marcel Louis-Jacques as always. Sean Stanley, the man that masters this program, along with the C-Man here at Hialeah Park. We thank, of course, the Brunetti family, Frank Fiore. We did see Steve Calabro. He made like a slight cameo. He gave us a wave and then like disappeared into the sunset.
I got everything ready for him to show up and
he disappeared. Oof. You know why? He's waiting for football season.
Yeah, he is. Wise guy.
So he can come with the wise guy picks and all that stuff. I know what he's doing. I see right through him. I get it. Either that or he's trying to stop Nick Cannon from coming onto the property. It's either way. Something's going on. Whatever it is, just stay away from Nick Cannon. That's all I got to say. Stay away from the Cannon. Okay? Maybe, you know what? Ukraine should invite Nick Cannon over. They need soldiers. That guy can produce them like nothing, like it's going out of style. He can overthrow every country in the world. Just put Nick Cannon in a bedroom and just send them in. And they come in and they leave pregnant and boom, boom, and that's it. The power of the cannon. And remember, it's time released. So they'll continue to reproduce over and over again. I'm telling you, Ukraine needs some help. Let's send Nick Cannon over. He can build up an army all by himself. All right, we thank all of you for tuning in, sending in a super chat, whatever you did to support us. Tomorrow, we'll be at Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines with no Nick Cannon at 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines. We shall see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel. Have a great one.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.